Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Q School Daily here at Online Darts, and it is the final day of Stage 1. I'm Phil Bars, joined by Dan Simpson and Jack Gowigarwood. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Are we ready for a belter?
Yes! Here we go. I'm a bit excited.
We've got the good day, I think, haven't we? We've got the nail-biting afternoon today.
Joined by Dan.
We've also got the day where we've got to avoid 6 million messages about people potentially being in or not being in or sneaking in later on and getting the abacus out. We get the hectic bit, but this is the best bit for me.
Yep. Dan joins us for the first time. Dan, looking forward to, as it's now been dubbed, the Gillette Soccer Saturday of Darts.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, it's made my week this week. So I'm a Monday to Friday guy. I've worked all week, but it's been amazing having you lot on in the background. It's really kept me. First time I've ever felt fully informed through Q School. It's been amazing. So yeah, really, really over the moon just to pull my weight a bit and contribute and share it all with you this afternoon. Looking forward to it.
Before we dive into the action, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn notifications on, because from tomorrow we are with you from the very first dart throwing, 11 a.m. every morning here at Online Darts for Q School Daily. Right, gents, there's only one place to start. We're going to head over to the UK, and a certain American is on the move, Gob.
Presuming on about Baggish. Yeah, he started brightly today. He needs it as well. He's currently 3-1 up against Stephen Bradley. In a world of trouble after his performances on the first 2 days. One that I think the bookies would have taken quite a bit of coin on to pick up his tour card at the end of the week. But yeah, slow start for Danny throughout the week so far, but he has picked up a 6-0 win in the first round. He's currently 3-1 up against Stephen Bradley.
Dan, I'm going to come to you. There's a couple of big names that cannot make it through to stage 2. Diogo Portela and Justin Smith, two of the names that stand out that will not be going forward to stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, it is just a case of people not getting going, you know. And to be fair, they've had 3 days at it, 3 goes at it, and it just hasn't come together. For a few people, I think, you know, I mentioned Danny Baggish there. He's one that's just managed. He's had 2 stinkers and managed to, or it looks like putting something together today. You know, Diogo especially just didn't seem to get anything going at any point. It's a shame, but you know, there's only so many seats at the table, and if you don't play right on the day, it's not happening for you.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to jump into the chat room quickly, and the very bottom one, AJ has joined us from Milton Keynes. Congratulations, mate. Officially, you are already qualified for stage 2, 11th on the order of merit, mate. So thanks for joining us. Tony's here from Turkey. Juanita, of course, is here from Australia. The ever-present is there. Isaac, how we doing, mate? All good. There's loads of you in the chat room. Remember, let's get that chat room absolutely pumping. The last 5 days have been brilliant in there from you all. I suppose let's head to Europe, gents, because that kicks off first, so it's a little bit further in front. And I'm guessing the big news of the day is that Thibault Trickle has played today after not playing yesterday. He was tipped by a lot of people, and yesterday was a huge setback, but he's in the mix today, and he's 3-1 up as we speak in the last 64, Gob.
Yeah, a setback very much of his own making as well. He was practicing for a bit too long in his hotel room and missed the registration yesterday. So a bit of a nightmare for him, but he is on the charge once again today. Very, very capable player. Like I said, a lot of people have tipped him. Let me just pull up his results for the day so far. Started with a 6-1 win over Veliman Simionides, the Greek player that a lot of people like. Very entertaining when it comes around to the World Cup. And he's currently 4-1 up over Christian Jenschke. Yeah, he's definitely one to watch today. Expect him to fly up the order of merit. This win here will get him onto 1 point, which may be enough to see him sneak in. But he'd feel much more comfortable with at least 2 points over an EU. That should get him into the top 36, 43.
Dan,
36 in the
Dan,
UK.
another one. Leonard Gates was much talked about coming over from the States. And again, he's had difficult 2 days. But he seems to have found his mojo a little bit today, and he's doing bits and bobs. Will he do enough?
I think he could. Today's a bit of a strange one. I think, there's people I expected to pull some out today that have or don't seem to have got going. There's a lot gone early. I think he might just get something together today. And I fancy as well. I fancy some of these, Baggish especially, maybe Tricol as well. Those that are putting it together late could end up just hitting a bit of form at the right time. Certainly taking them into the next few days, while there's a few that might peak and trough a bit. But yeah, it could be good if they put some form together today.
Just looking at the order of merit as well over in Germany and Niedernhausen, it's looking very much set at the moment. The top 32 places, I think, are pretty much done. So in and around, it's getting a little bit nervy in there, especially for these players. But again, Gob, we touched on it in stage 1A. Is the standard good enough in Europe to do this? The fact that people are going to sneak through on 1 point?
Probably not. I mean, we have been a little bit harsh about it at times, but I think sometimes it's been very much justified. Some of the standard of darts is not what I'd expect from somebody that believes they're capable of becoming a professional. The issue I've got is not that they're having a go, but once they get to stage 2 with this format now, they're going to be cannon fodder in the first round, or there's going to be a potential that they might draw each other and they all get assigned one board. It's very unlikely, but there could well be 5 players from today, 5 players from stage 1A that all sneak through that can't average over 70, that all get drawn on the same board, and one of them's then picked up a couple of points. And I get that's part of sport and that's the way the draw works and that sort of thing, but for me, this stage should be about weeding that out. It should be people that are there that can genuinely go on and be a professional dart player, and we're still not quite going to see that. I think in the UK we will. I think we've seen some of the names and the quality of players that have missed out so far. So that just shows you just how well the people are going through and playing. But in the EU, yeah, it's still a little bit... It's still lacking at the bottom end for me. A bit too much.
Quick one. Big result from the UK. Ryan Harrington has just won, and he moves up to 3 points on that order of merit, goes back into the green, as we're saying on darts rankings. And again, he's not had the best of 2 days, so needs it today. And at the moment he's doing enough. He's sneaking in one more win down. We'll put him on that hallowed 4 points.
Yeah, but the thing, I mean, and that could, one more, but looking down, like there's quite a few as well. There's quite a few people who are, 1-2 wins away from that. Like, there's a huge amount of people that 1-2 more wins, and it drops them into that top 36. It's going to be really, really tight today in the UK.
Another big one, board 18 as it stands. Dan Lorby level at 4-all on board 18. Again, the American needs to find something today. So it's all interesting. And just again, before it all goes off, well, he was 3-1 down, wasn't he? He's fought right back. He's got right back in there. He's just gone 5-4 behind as we speak. But some good news for us all. Liam Gallagher is warming up on board 13, so don't worry, we'll get ready.
Whatever.
Anyone would think we've just teed that up, right, gents? Let's get down to business. I'll let you two get your eyes down while we go and interact with the chat room as well. A lot of love for the Americans, the North Americans. Dan Norby, Danny Baggish getting a lot of love in the chat room. How are we all in there today? A lot of people loving the stream. Good evening, or good afternoon, Simon. Warren, good afternoon. Lee's in. How we all doing, mate? You get a day off today? Of course, Andrew is in as always. Chris, how we doing? It's all good. Daniel asks, what time does the UK final stage start on Sunday? I believe it's midday.
I'm not sure because it's the first day, so tomorrow there's a possibility it'll be pushed back to 2, isn't there? Because they pushed it back to 2 for start time for
possibility.
We'll work it out once we know. So far.
Yes, Andrew's just put in the chat room. It is 2 p.m. So I'm guessing it's normal for the European one, normal time start, and then 2 p.m. tomorrow for the Milton Keynes one. Just going to head back until Europe. Lendl's in the house. How we doing, mate? One board 2 over in Europe. Owen Roloff 4-1 down. Somewhat of a surprise, Gob.
Where are we going? Sorry, I'm trying to do the Twitter as well. I'm not used to balancing this many things. Owen Roloff 4-1 down. Yeah, quite a big surprise actually. Martin Drag, I think, is playing all right. Let me just try and pull up that order of merit as well. Yeah, Martin Drag's on 11th overall in that order of merit, but that's a big loss for Roloff so far. But he is also through already anyway, so it's a bit of a dead rubber. It's just a bit of match practice. There we go. Got there in the end.
Danny Baggish is going to have. Danny Baggish has got 78 for the match.
We'll stay with you then, Dan. Call this one in.
What is he doing? Tricole's just
Danny
won as well.
Lowry is out.
Danny Baggish takes the match. Takes
Thank
out
you
78 in 3 darts. Wins 6-2.
That's that one, but you've got news on another American there, Gob.
Yeah, Danny Lowry has fallen. I'm pulling up the game now. 6-4 to Owen Maiden. Owen, know a little bit about from the development tour. That's a very good win for Owen and a very bad loss for Danny Lowry. I'm pretty sure that means he will not be progressing to stage 2. Yeah, he's down in 101, hasn't picked up a single point this weekend. That was a disappointing 3 days for Danny Lowry, and he is the first North American to confirm he will not be progressing.
Interesting. Right, Gob, we'll let you sort some Twitter links out and everything like that. I'll take over and jump around and look at the boards while you sort that out. Over on board 15 in Niedernhausen, Jerry Hendricks 4-3 behind as well. Where are we? Let's have a look. Gino Voss, 6-0 win. Again, he is absolutely flying in stage 1B. We've already touched on Leonard Gates, Christian Kist. Again, another day's practice for him, which will be good. But Baggish is the one on everyone's lips.
Said we weren't going to come to Have you seen what games coming up next in EU2 school?
Oh,
Matt
my
Campbell
days.
Takes on Thibaut Tricot. Thibaut will need. Oh, I think he's on 1 point now. I think that last win gets him onto 1 point. He will need to feel secure because he is not there yet. Matt Campbell already secured of his place into the next round. He's already on 4 points, if not 5 by now. Let me just pull them both up. But this could well be the biggest game of EUQ school right here.
What a game.
It could be an absolute belter of a game. And Tibor Tricot.
So Tricot is currently 35th, so he is sneaking in. There is a possibility he can drop out, but that 1 point currently gets him in there. If he takes a batter in here, his leg difference will fall, and he will be in a world of trouble.
It's interesting. I tell you what.
As for Campbell, he's 8th on the order of merit and is there. He's already there. That is absolutely huge, then.
Yeah, board 8 in Niedernhausen is going to be all eyes on that. I'm going to head back into the UK, and a lot of love so far in the last 3 days for Alan Norris. He's currently level at 1-1 on board 15 with Freddie Steele. Anastasia Dobromoslova trails 2-1 to Martin Lukeman on board 19. Martin had a great run on day 1 of stage 1B. Let's just double check. I think, has he done enough already from that run? Just going down the order of merit now. No, he hasn't. Don't think so. 2 seconds. No, not secure. Nowhere near it. So again, Lukeman needs a good run here to get over the line against Dobromoslova. It's all eyes across loads of boards. Darren Johnson, the Yorkshireman, level on board 1 with Lee Evans, 2 players that have both had good 2 days. It's a big game that for the last 64.
Jimmy Hendricks 3-0 down. Average
in
is
the chat
75.
room. Someone's asking where's Jar. Don't worry, Jar will be back. He's got some bits and bobs to do today, but he will be back. He's on live blog.
He's stuck underneath the
Stuck
weight
under
of
the
this
thumb.
Hey!
Yeah, Jar will be back. Colin Osborne, 3-2 up against Tony Lovely on board 30. The original wizard doing some bits and bobs. Where are we? Some big games warming up. Again, John O'Shea, the Joker, the current defending Windmill World Master. Again, I'm just going to have a look to see where O'Shea...
How long are we going to be saying that for?
Until there's another one. Could be the longest ever World Master. Where are we? O'Shea on the order of merit. Currently 24. He's on the hallowed 4 points, but hasn't gone to dark green yet. So a win here would rubber stamp O'Shea in stage 2. You'd like to think he's done enough, but at the moment, not quite mathematically. Juanita says, Phil, your favourite Gallagher. Yeah, we know he's there, and I'm sure some might say he'll do enough.
There we go.
He's took an early lead. He's 1-0 up. He's 1-0 up, needs 1-6-1 to break and go 2-0 up.
That'd be a big result against Stack as well. Baggish playing today in the chat. Yes, he is, and at the moment he's doing everything he needs to. If Anna loses, is she out? Yes, she is, mate. Anastasia Dobromasova needs to win this, and she currently trails 3-1 to Martin Lukeman.
Oh, Liam Gallagher fails to take out 70 to break.
Big. I'm just gonna. I know we've laughed at all the Oasis puns, but we'll see where he is on the order of merit and what he potentially needs to do today. So this is why I like day 3, because everything's up in the air. We're looking at league tables. We're looking on points totals. We're looking who needs what. Someone asks, is Norris safe? Yes, 100%. Chuck. Just double checking that I haven't second guessed myself. Brian Hallas, Jenny Clark, Jenks Cole, Norris, not mathematically, but he's on 4 points. Would you need that light green to turn dark? But the Lendl is in the chat room, and I'm pretty sure he will tell us that 4 points will get you through, even though not mathematically sealed yet. Someone asking, is Ryan Harrington son of Rod? Yes, he is, mate. Right, I was going back to Hunt. Yes, here we are. Martin Lukeman on 2 points at the moment, so he needs 2 points today to get to that hallowed 4. Liam Gallagher also on 2 points, so again he needs a couple of wins. I'm sure it's all part of his master plan. Oh, stop it.
Don't you cast no shadow on his chances.
Sorry, you've got to stop that.
Yeah, Lendl has just confirmed that 4 points equals enough. So anyone that's on 4 points, Shane asked, what about Baggish? Baggish needs to get to the final. We'll put him on. That's the only result that will put him on 4 points. So needs to just win as many games as possible. So I'll just hop back to Niedernhausen. as well. This Matt Campbell game's been warming up for what seems an eternity.
It does, doesn't it?
Please, not as well. I don't know if you saw on Twitter last night, but someone was potentially playing silly buggers. They had a fire drill at stupid o'clock in Niedernhausen as well. Do you reckon someone was there pushing the button to wake everyone up? Everyone loves a bit of gamesmanship.
That's a bit extreme, that.
God, some of the things we've seen on tour, though, you wouldn't put it past people, would you?
Oh, no, not at all. There are plenty of characters that have interesting backstory this year. Is that not the Philip?
So there's
just
not
won
much.
6-1, puts in on 4 points. Go on, Dan.
I think we've only got 4 players. I think we've got 4 players in the EU that are still in today's tournament who can qualify. There's not a lot of excitement around the edge of that area. Very, very different scene to the UK, isn't it?
Cam says in the chat room, Gary doesn't love the gamesmanship. No, Gary just wants to play darts. However, we love the gamesmanship because that means people are talking about darts. Where are we? A lot of love. So, Dan, looking at the order of merit for the EU, even if Matt Campbell beats Tricol, do you think 1 point will sneak him in, or do you think he'll miss out on 1 point?
I think he might just make. I mean, so he's sitting 35 at the moment. I think he might just make it. Just because just the way things have gone today. Like everyone who he probably needed to win has won, and everyone that could have been his competition is out. So there's just very little. There's only a handful of people. You know, Andrew Beaton, Mayer, Declaw. There's less than a handful of people left playing that can throw a spanner in the works for him. So I think just on the look of what's happening in other games, he might just scrape through, even if Campbell absolutely paggers him.
Leonard Gates also warming up as well. Seems like the North American contingent have a woe.
Now, Tricol's through. I think Tricol is guaranteed a spot. Even if he loses 6-0, he can only drop to 46. So he'll be on the same points as Nico Schlund, who is already out, and he'll still have a better leg difference. And they're the 2 players below. And in order for him to not make it from there, the 4 players to win today would have to be Jean-Pierre Delacour, Sam Coenders, Fabian Meyer, and Andrew Beaton. Sam Coenders is currently 3-0 down. Andrew Beaton is 4-2 up. Fabian Meyer's just lost 6-5. I think Fabian Meyer losing 6-5 means Thibaut Tricol is definitely guaranteed a spot in stage 2.
I think you're right,
Interesting.
mate.
I hope so.
I think you've nailed it.
Because it's there. We need to ask in the chat room, hey, Phil, do you think next year someone will move across to the EU Q score if they miss out from the UK? Look, I don't think it's as easy as that. I think anyone UK resident, Gob, has to play in the UK qualifier. It's just that anyone outside the EU has the choice. God, Lendl has just corrected you in the chat room.
The 4 below 46. Don't know, my rankings are suddenly all blue. What is Darts Rankings doing? You're letting me down live. I've gone big, I've gone bold, I've gone early. House is not there.
Well, I think he's gone dark green for me.
I've got it.
You've done it, mate. I think
that
you've nailed it there.
Meyer puts him in. Thanks for coming, Lendl. 1-0, and you said you missed me.
Loving the banter in the chat room, guys. Absolutely loving it.
Matt Campbell's 2-0 up already.
It's a good job as well. It's a good job that he's scraped through there, because Matt Campbell is absolutely on fire. Averaging 116.
Oh, and there it is. Gob's internet has dropped out. We always knew it would at some point. It was just a matter of when. He'll be back in a minute, folks. Don't worry about that. But again, going to hop across board 13 over in Milton Keynes. Liam Gallagher leads Robert Owen 4 legs to 1.
He's playing well as well, isn't he? Comfortable.
Yeah. AJ's left the chat room, and of course he is live on board 18 now as well. Don't worry, guys, we'll get Gob back shortly. Ryan Harrington 4-1 up on board 26. He needs to win this and another to get to that 4-point holy grail. Feeding through. Nick Fulwell played some stunning stuff yesterday. He leads 2-0. Alan Norris tied at 4-all on board 15. And Anastasia Dobronislova is out, beaten 6 legs to 2 by Martin Lukeman. Anastasia will not be heading to stage 2. And Lukeman needs another point, I think. Welcome back, Gob. And Trickle is on the board. Trails Matt Campbell 2-1. Leonard Gates is behind as well on board 1 in Niedernhausen. Dragutin Horvath is 3-1 as well.
Andrew Beaton looks like he might. Andrew Beaton looks like he might just be able to grab one of those last spots, you know, in the EU. He's 5-2 up at the minute. If he wins this match, he takes a point. And it's going to put him, and with his leg difference after this game, if he takes it 6-2, he could be in with a decent chance there.
He will be until the next round, obviously. I think that'll put him in position. But if he loses in the next round with a spanking of a leg difference, he could drop below that -8 that's currently in the last spot. So this should get him. Wins this leg, that should get him back onto -3, or he's just lost a leg. Now he can only gain 3. That best he can get back onto -4, then he's in a precarious position that a big loss in the round afterwards would put him in a lot of trouble once again. Just going to run through some of the games that are going on over in the UK, because there's some big games going on over there. I think EU, that is the last story we've got to actually qualify, and then it's all about who wins outright on the day. Where we're going. Andy Jenkins and Lloyd Pennell, they've both qualified already, but they're 1-1 over on board 27. John O'Shea is currently 1-1 with Richard Wood. Ryan Harrington is 4-2 up on Dean Jones. AJ Ernst-Toft, he's disappeared from the chat room because he's back on the board. He's 1-1 with Owen Maiden. Lewis Pride and Justin Hood are 3-all. That's a very, very good game. Liam Gallagher is 4-2 up on Stack Attack Robert Owen. Lee Evans is currently 5-4 up on Darren Johnson. Nick Fulwell, 3-0 up. He's had the highest average of the Q score so far of 106 yesterday. Freddie Still, 5-4 up on Alan Norris. I know Freddie very well. He's university dart player, one of 2 that was meant to be in the field, but just him. Norris is obviously already secure, and this will do Freddie the world of good to sneak into day 2 as well. Colin Osborne and Thomas Lovely, what a game. This is they're 5 each at the minute. And a game as a result that I was not expecting yet, but I believe, as I cannot see it, Anastasia may have lost, and with that, be out.
She is, mate. She lost 6-2 to Martin Lukeman. Lukeman needs another point. I'm not sure if she's here today, but Martin's mum joined us the other day in the chat room to watch her boy play. He needs one more win. Matt Campbell now 3-1 up on Trickle. Someone asked in the chat room, is that Liam Gallagher from Oasis? We all wish. No, it's a young man from Ireland. He's a really nice lad, to be fair. Should have won the Tom Kirby 2 years ago. Blew multiple match starts against Keane Barry, but you could see he had ability.
Freddie Still's gone to a decider against Aaron Norris, 5-5. Still's got the darts, but like you say, Gob, he's got to win this next leg if he wants to be in with a chance.
How many points did he pick up yesterday? He's currently 53rd, so a win here would put him on 3 points. That would put him over the line at the minute. Norris is sat on 4, so he's virtually secure, not quite yet. But yeah, a massive leg for Freddie Still coming up.
He's not started well either. He's thrown a 40, then he's thrown a 60. He's on 401 after 6 starts. Norris
it's also a huge leg for Colin Osborne, by the way. Colin Osborne languishing down in 86th before this leg, and he's on 40. Thomas Lovely wants 130 for the match. Lovely is pretty much already there. I think he's in dark green already. Will he have to survive a match dark? Colin Osborne, no match dark. Lovely only scores 48, leaves himself on 82. Tops for Aussie.
Ooh.
And it goes. Colin Osborne is still in the hunt. He moves on to 2 points. Will need at least another win on 3 if he's potentially going to sneak through. But he's another one who needs another big day to potentially get his tour card back.
It's been a while as well, isn't it?
Freddie Still is looking.
Go on, Dan.
Freddie Still's looking really tenuous here. He's back on 257, while Alan Norris is coming to the board now to take out 32. And if he takes that 32 out, Freddie Still is going to miss out. Can't take it, leaves 8, but Still's just nowhere near putting enough pressure on. Back on 216. He's going to need Norris to miss repeated doubles. Norris takes the 8 out with the first dart. Freddie Still is going to stay on 2 points.
There it is. Chuck Norris now will be in dark green with that point. So that is all done and dusted. Lee Evans is in a George Noble with Darren Johnson on board 1. Where are we? Just looking, someone asking about Baggish. He's already into the last 32. Still plenty of last 64 games warming up. So the gambler may be a little while before he's on. Someone said in the chat room, John Teal warming up against Carter Gurney. Yeah, he is. Martin Lukeman, again, quick turnaround. He's warming up in his last 64 game on board 19 as well. Again, some of these games catching up because there was 2 5-6 games before it, Dan. Going over Matt Campbell, 4-2 up against Tibor Tricol.
Yeah, he's just relentless at the moment. I mean, he's averaging still really well. It's just, as I say, Tricol's playing well. He's averaging 89. He's landing his doubles, but Matt Campbell just playing good enough to keep him at bay. And it's not looking like there's going to be much more to this than Campbell just closing things out, I think.
Yeah, going to go
Liam
to
Gallagher
board 1.
gets the win. So Liam Gallagher takes out 97.
Benny asked in the chat room, John O'Shea, is that the ex-footballer? No, it's not, mate. again, John O'Shea from the Emerald Isle, the same as the footballer, but no, they're not the same. Someone asked, is Jan Dekker at Q School? I must admit, I haven't looked, but if he is, he will instantly be in stage 2 because he would have only just dropped off the tour if he has.
I think everybody that had just dropped off the tour has entered into stage 2, so he should be playing in tomorrow.
He should be playing in stage 2,
From
mate.
tomorrow.
I'm going to ask Phil, do you think that Michael van Gerwen will take the world number 1 spot again? Silly question, mate. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah,
No.
I do at some point.
Curveball, no.
No, I think he will. I'm interested to see him playing with his new stroke identical darts in the Super Series as well. Patrick asks, what do you think about Barney? Tour card guaranteed? Look, it's not guaranteed, but I think he will win one, yes. Leonard Gates now within 1 over in Niedernhausen. Matt Campbell within 1 as well.
Yeah, he's close as well. He's gonna come to board now to take out 107 to seal it.
Averaging 94 as well. Very, very impressive from the Canadian.
Leaves 20. Let's see if Trickle can put any pressure on. Throws a 95, leaving 126. Campbell comes to the board for 20 to take the match. Misses. Age 15, leaves 5. Trickle's got 126. In with a chance. What can he do with that?
Not a problem at all, Patrick. Not a problem at all, mate. Thanks very much for your support. Nick asked, is there fixtures result link? I'm trying to find that against the local lad, Andy Jenkins. Thank you. Nick, all the results can be found on tv.dartconnect.com, mate. That's what we're using to look at all the information. Daniel says, you never know, MVG could test positive. Yeah, anyone could test positive. However, he is one that is very, very careful at home and then drives to the UK, doesn't fly. So he takes every precaution like king, because to him, it's his job. And so Cole, not done yet.
No, Matt Campbell missed. I think he missed 5-6 darts at doubles there. Tricol stays in it and has the darts now to make a bit of a game of it. It starts with a 99, and it could get a bit more interesting this game.
I'm going to hop back to the UK. Ryan Harrington has just beaten Dean Jones 6-4 over on board 26. Now let's have a look where that does for Harrington. I'm not sure if Darts Rankings updated yet. What round was that in? That was in the last 64. So Ryan Harrington needs one more win to take him to that hallowed 4-point mark. Love that we've got a benchmark, what we know people are trying to aim for.
Yeah, and there's quite a few hovering around it as well.
Yeah, 100%. Rocky behind 4-3 now. Coming back into that one. Martin Lukeman 1 behind on board 19. Aidan Kirk 2-1 behind. Again, something's simmering away. And Martin Turner has just won 6-2 over on board 17. Results coming in thick and fast, gentlemen.
Yes.
Adam Mould playing well, but going up 3-1 against Glenn Fitzpatrick. Glenn Fitzpatrick is one of these. He's one of these guys on that order of merit that he's going to need to go really deep to stand a chance. You know, he started the day with no points, so he's gonna need to do something special. 3-1 down. It looks like the fight back is going to be a big one if he's going to do anything.
Again, just looking here, might be Ben Cheeseman, someone that is near the top of the order of merit, finds himself 4 behind against Jock Watt. What a name that is. Matt Campbell, I think we've got a result over in Niedernhausen, Dan.
We have 6-3.
So are we saying, is
Tricol
Tricol done enough?
On the bubble. I think he has, because of his leg difference. I said that before the game, that he was in regardless. Even, and for him to have dropped to be anywhere near in trouble, we'd have had to lose 6-0 as well. So the fact he's only taken a 3-leg loss there, I think will sneak him in.
He's in dark green on Darts Connect. That's always good when the green goes dark.
Our friends still have him at 35, although that was before the loss. Hasn't uploaded yet. 6-3 loss, -1. But
he's gone dark green
+2. Less one than him. I think he drops to 41.
So he's going to sneak in by the skin of his teeth after over practicing in his room.
Yeah, he drops to 41, and all of the top 47 as it stands now are in, because the winner has to come from within inside that. So Tricol, despite the loss, is in.
God, I don't know what you think about this, but when you're in a bubble like they are here, and the officials know that they are in the building, surely someone goes and gets him. I know it's the player's responsibility, and I get that. But when you're in, but when the fact that you are in a bubble and can't leave, surely common sense prevails. They know he's there.
As somebody that's been at these events firsthand, I know that it does happen. They will go and collect people, but it's very much favourite. Sometimes one rule for one rule for another. And I'm going to say it because I've seen it happen. I've seen at the development tour people that may or may not have tour cards or have been at the events for a number of years, afforded that extra 5 minutes, allowed to just wander around the venue. Somebody knows he's somewhere, so he can't possibly be timed out. Anybody else that's a slightly smaller name that isn't quite recognisable, gone. So maybe Thibaut just needs to buy a couple of drinks for the board officials and it won't happen at all next week.
Love that. Jenkins has gone. Rocky beaten 6-3, but the King of Cosham has done enough on the order of merit. He will be there in stage 2.
Ben Cheeseman 5-0 down.
Surprise. Big surprise.
It is, because he's
already done enough, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had a great couple of days. He's sitting in 5th at the minute, 7 points. He's done enough, but he's only averaging 58. So I think he's given up the live to fight another day. He's back tomorrow.
Tell you what as well, Jared Cole on the move again today into the last 32. The young man from Hertfordshire, I think he's got an amazing future in the game, Gob. And was he on the development tour the same sort of time as you?
Yeah, he was. I got to know him pretty well. He's a very, very down-to-earth lad. Obviously, picked up the Elite One, played a couple of Pro Tours. I think he beat Adrian Lewis in one of those. Did bits on the Challenge Tour as well. I think he picked up a win or two over there. So a player with a very, very bright future and one that doesn't really come with an ego, which I like in a darts player. That there's no brash arrogance about him. Genuinely just a nice bloke.
Yeah, that came across in the interview we did to him pre-Q School, that he was like very, very down to earth and everything like that, which is nice to see. And I think he'd be a good addition to the tour along with Keane Barry and that from this younger generation coming through. Where are we? Adam Mould 4-2 up on Glenn Fitzpatrick on board 20. Mine Lukeman back to 1-1. Aidan Kirk still behind 3-2. Daniel Lee and Chuck Norris about to start on board 15. It's all coming off at the moment. We're just looking through them all. And we've got a bagel on board 16. Sean Fisher beating Darren Armstrong 6-0 in the last 64. Let's go and have a quick look. But it's up down. Again, when you look at it, Fisher averaging 94, Armstrong averaging 69. That's why it was a bagel, ladies and gentlemen.
It's big for him as well, that Phil. So he was just his leg difference there, Fisher. Well, we know it's going to get tight today. Even if if he manages to make 4 points, that leg difference is going to be really important.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you what, boys, big game starting over in the EU. Not necessarily for playing for anything, but it's currently number 3 on the order of merit versus number 6, Arjan Konteman against Matt Campbell. That could be very, very tasty indeed. Konteman's won 2 more legs than Campbell all weekend, but Campbell has conceded a fair few more. This could be a big one in deciding who picks up their card as one of the outright players today. A few more games left in it for them.
Dive into the chat room. Always Elvis asking, apart from Phil, who are the other guys? They are part of our online darts team. As always, obviously, Gob always with us on the live lounge, and Dan been doing some writing, some podcasts, and has been on the live lounge as well, sharing responsibility of Q School Daily amongst us all, because 10 days is tough and everyone's got stuff on, families and work. So we're mixing it all around. Pleasure to have all the team alongside us for this. So Dan is on the bottom and Gob is on the top with me.
Where everybody wants to be, Phil.
Gino Voss again. I'll tell you what, Gob, as well. People like Gino Voss, he's going to take some stopping in stage 2. He's been Mr. Consistent.
He is, yeah. And he's a name I recognise. Is he a former BDO World Championship participant? Is that why I recognise the name?
I think so.
So,
Gert de Vos, you're thinking of.
No, Gino as well.
Yeah, they probably both are. I know Gert de Vos has had a long history with Lakeside.
Yes. No, not quite, but I don't know. What was that message I just had?
Oh, I'll tell you what, we've got an
playing well is a message I've just had.
We've got an absolute humdinger warming up on board 13 in Milton Keynes.
That's the one.
And doesn't get any bigger than this. Danny Baggish taking on Ryan Harrington. Both need to win. Ryan Harrington's on 3 points.
That for 4 points.
So Harrington needs to win to get to 4 points. Baggish needs to win the lot today. Board 13, all eyes is going to be on Milton Keynes for that result. And gentlemen, it's what we do here. I'm going to put you on the spot now. Before a dart is thrown, who comes through?
Oh. Go on then, Dan. Welcome to the show.
I'm going to go with my fellow Dan. I've got to, haven't I? Danny Baggish.
I mean, I'd love to see them both back. I think Ryan Harrington is a genuinely nice bloke. Met him a couple of times. A little bit inconsistent. Perhaps if he had the opportunity to focus more on the darts and pick up his card once again, then we might see him kick on. It would be a great story for Baggish to get there as well, or at least be in contention. Everyone loves bashing the bookies a little bit, and it doesn't look like it's going that way with Danny Baggish at the minute. But I think Harrington might get over the line in this one. I think we're about to see what Danny Baggish is really made of in this one.
Just a quick one into the chat. Calvo has got, he's almost nailed my accent perfectly. Where's Dan from? Middlesbrough way. I'm dead close. I'm in Billingham. I'm about 4 miles away from Middlesbrough. You speak my accent really close there.
Last time we looked, Darts Connect hadn't updated. It has now. Harrington is on 4 points. So it might not be a must-win for him.
Yes.
When we looked, Darts Connect hadn't updated. It has now. It's on 4 points plus 6. So might not be.
He's currently 27th, yeah. So a loss for Harrington would mean they could both sneak in. But Baggish would have to win the round afterwards as well.
I Tell you what, though, it's a tough game for Danny Baggish. It's one of the tougher games he could have been landed with there, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen. That's Q's goal, isn't it? By the time you're in the last 32 of the final day, the people in contention can play darts. They've been there for 3 days. These guys have had as much match practice as they can get at this stage, and they're in with an opportunity to push themselves into stage 2. What else do we have going on? I've got the Horvat Kist game open. Kist has just gone 25 and backed up with a 180. That's an interesting way to start a leg from the former world champion. AJ Ermstoff has just beat Owen Maiden 6-5. AJ already there. I'm not sure if Maiden is. He is not. So that puts Maiden out. But AJ continues his run and is in with a chance of going deep again today.
So we've got another one there, just warming up on board 6 in the UK. Must-win game. Ryan Palmer and Callum Goffin. Both of these guys. So Palmer's sat at the minute on he's in 34th on 3 points. Callum Goffin on 2 points in 50th. So again, another game. Both players hovering around that cut-off mark. Both have to win. Really interesting game, that one.
Big scoreline on board 19 as well. Martin Lukeman now leads 4-1. Did trail 1-0 in a must-win game for him.
That'll be really cool. So he's already sitting on +6 legs as well. If he can take that game out with a good leg difference, then 4 points for him will start to look really secure with the leg difference he'll be sat on.
Yeah. Adam Mould now within 1 against Glenn Fitzpatrick, leads 5-4. Carter Gurney 3-2 up on John Till in the last 64. Let's go and have a look at that. Again, not one for the purists.
Doing the business.
63 average play, 66. Not one for Sky Sports Gold. Aidan
Well,
Kirk
not so
back
soccer
to
Saturday,
4-all,
I've called us on social media today.
What's that, mate?
We're not so soccer Saturday, as I've called us on social media today.
Yeah.
Because it is Saturday. Don't be switching over to put Jeff and the boys on anytime soon. Stay with us. We've got you covered. A couple of experienced guys doing the business so far over in the UK. Colin Osborne 2-0 up against Luke Ely. Alan Norris 3-0 up against Daniel Lee. And Nick Fulwell 2-1 up as well. 3 very, very experienced starters would be solid additions to the tour once again, in my opinion, if they get that far. Aidan Kirk has just gone 5-4 down.
So just being random here, you've got to love this. Obviously, I've got Twitter open to
anyway,
down as well. When someone likes a tweet from 2018, you get a notification. How have you found that?
Someone's looking deep into your past, mate.
Alan Norris commanding 3-0 against Daniel Lee on board 15. Danny Baggish taking the opener against Ryan Harrington. Reece Coley 4-1 up. Nick Fulwell 2-1 up. Colin Osborne 3-0. Racing away with it on board 30.
Come on, Aussie. He is flying.
Again in the chat room.
Martin Lukeman 4-1 up.
Let us know who are you enjoying today.
So
Braggerton Horvath just hit 17 dart leg to go 4-3 against Christian Kist.
The only game in the EU that can affect people coming in, either being in or out of that top 47 is Andrew Beaton against Mikkel Schmeder, and Beaton has gone 1-0 down. It's all about the leg difference in this game. If Beaton can get beat, but it's all about the leg difference. If he gets thumped, and if he doesn't keep it really tight, then he could slip outside. He could lose his qualification just on how heavy he gets beat here. Really interesting one on board 4 in the EU.
I tell you what, a 6-3 loss would put him level with Patrick Tringler, who's in 48th place, on legs 1 and leg difference, which would mean we're going to the averages again.
Oh,
Tight. And it is. It's
It already
just
happened
on
once.
this.
On day 1A, Wayne Warren missed out. If this one goes 6-3, we're heading to the averages again. Get
back
in!
to
Sorry, I've actually gone full soccer Saturday there. Liverpool have just gone one up on Leicester.
Aidan Kirk.
Oh,
Beaten.
I'm trying to think if I swapped Schmeichel out of my fantasy team. I think I did.
All the important things right here on Q School Stage 1B final day coverage. Aidan Kirk, has he gone?
He's gone, but he's on 4 points.
He is on 4 points. That should be enough for the captain to sneak in.
And again, big break of throw on board 13. Danny Baggish leads Ryan Harrington 2-0. There's daylight in that game. I tell you what a story this would be for Danny Baggish. What a story.
It would be true to character, wouldn't it? He sort of developed this reputation as being a bit of a battler, not giving up at the World Championships this year, the way that he beat Adrian Lewis. If he can get away with it on the last day to sneak into stage 2, that would very much be true to character. He's had the travel issues. He's been over here a while because of the quarantine rules. He wasn't very happy with that. He also fought COVID earlier in the back end of last year and this year, January time. So this would be a very, very big win for Danny Baggish.
And I suppose the other thing as well, Gob, is if he comes through this and wins his tour card, he's going to have to stay because he can't go back to America, come back for the Super Series and UK Open. There's not time with quarantine restrictions. So potentially, if the best happens and Danny Baggish and Matt Campbell were in the same boat here, win tour cards, they'd have been away from home for pretty much 2 months.
They will, but the payout for the UK Open first round will cover anything accommodation and travel-wise you'd expect for the next couple of weeks, as long as they're not trying to buy Ferraris or anything with it. They'll be comfortable enough, and obviously any win after that should see them move on, plus the 4 days.
Gob's departed us again. We'll get him back shortly.
So Danny Baggish needs 36 to go 3-0 up. He's really hammering this. He's Harrington back on 230. So Baggish is going to have. Oh, he throws 4. He's going to come back. He's going to come back for double 16. We'll see what Harrington can do with his 230. See if he can put some pressure on. But Baggish looks to be. So Harrington puts in a ton. He's down to 130, but Baggish has got 3 darts at double 16 to take a 3-0 lead. And he takes it the first dart. Danny Baggish 3-0 up. Looking comfortable, averaging 96.
I'll tell you what, gotta love it as well when you get WhatsApps off managers to find out if their players have done enough when they've just lost. Everyone's watching online darts Q School Daily. Right, whilst we're in a little bit of a mood here, we're just going to have a quick 20-second ad break. We're back on the other side of this, ladies and gents. And welcome back. Thank you again to Red Dragon and, of course, MODUS for sponsoring our coverage of Q School here at Online Darts. Right, whilst that is going on, obviously Baggish leads 3-0, Norris 4-1, Forwell 5-1, Osborne 5-0, and Martin Lukeman 5-2. Let's go back to Niedernhausen. Matt Campbell and Arjun Konterman level at 2-2. Kist and Dragutin, Horvath, 5 apiece. We're into the noble leg there. So I'm going to go and have a look in depth at board 3. And it's finally poised. Good game list, 94 and 93 averages. Horvath, 107 for the match with Kist sat on 87. For the win. So the suspense kills me, and he only leaves 24. So Kist is going to get darts at 87 to break and win this 6-5. He should get a dart at the ball minimum.
Be great to see Kist back, wouldn't it?
Oh, poor visit. Doesn't even get a dart at the ball. Completely fluffed his lines as Dragutin Horvath comes back looking at double 12. Only needs 1 dart. Christian Kist departs, and it is Horvath who goes through. Kist completely fluffed his lines in the previous visit. So that is there. And Arjun Konterman leads Matt Campbell 3-2.
Interesting.
I know you were talking about it earlier, Dan, but Andrew Beaton trails 3-1. What effect does that have?
Well, he needs to keep he needs to keep less than a 3-leg gap. So he was 3-0 down. It was looking really grim for him. He was 3-0 down. He's just managed to fight back and pull one. But that is going to really go to the wire. Like Gob explained before, we could end up on the averages over there just to get that final place decided. I'm just going to flick back to the UK because we've been dipping in and out. Danny Baggish absolutely putting the hammer down on Ryan Harrington. He's averaging 99. He's up that ever so slightly. He's now 4-0 up and looks to be making a pretty comfortable showing in this game.
What I said to you as well,
Danny,
Matt Campbell levels at 3-all with a 10-dart leg against Arjun Konterman. Matt Campbell averaging 92 as we speak. There's a potential break of throw here for Campbell. Could win back-to-back legs. 1, 2, 4 for a break of throw, showing his class here. 137, 140, ton 79 to leave 45 after 12. Konterman 144 to save his skin. Can't hit it. So Matt Campbell 45 for a break and lead. Takes it. Matt Campbell now in control over in Niedernhausen. And again, that win for
Ryan Harrington. Ryan Harrington takes out 117. Lovely check out to pull one back. So Baggish is going to be 4-1 ahead. Harrington's got the darts to see if he can make a bit more of a game of this.
Martin Lukeman has now moved on to the hallowed 4 points as well with that victory. Puts him on plus 10 leg difference as well. He's still in light green, however. We believe that is enough. Liam Gallagher on 3 points now after his win as well. It's a whole cluster of people. Osborne on 3 as well. Baggish, as we said, it on the move. This win will take him to 3. I tell you what, James, this is like the relegation Premier League battle of last year when we didn't know what was going on. Again, I know we've spoken highly enough on it, but Matt Campbell here, absolutely stunning. Leaves 36 after 12, and then he fluffs his lines. But Konterman, nowhere near. So Campbell looking at 18 for 5-3.
It's interesting. I think people, there's a few people, rolling their eyes a bit when we saw Campbell going to the EU. People perceive that as being the easier route, so to speak. But I think if you look at you look at the way that he's played this week, you look at his averages, you look at his doubling. I think that level of play that he's played absolutely stands up. And if he plays the same standard in the UK. He qualifies comfortably, so I think he's put a few of those those doubters and eye rollers to bed. I think just with the level of performance, he's not scraped through by any means.
To be fair to him though, he was going to come to the UK. It was only switched last minute because of the quarantine. It was easier for him to get into Germany than it was the UK. He was coming to Milton Keynes, but I think we spoke about it yesterday. If you've got the choice, you go to Europe all day long. Look, if I'm a professional dart player, I couldn't care less how I get my tour card as long as I get it.
Correct. Absolutely. Bang on. So
they're starting in the chat room again today. Comments are coming in. Liam Gallagher's going to have a champagne supernova today. Yes, he is.
Yes. So I think there's a few I've noticed in the chat. There's a few of them paying attention to this Andrew Beaton and Michael Schmeder game. I think it's the last bit of interesting Willie won't he that's left in the EU stage today. Otherwise, because it is just the rest of the qualifiers playing each other for the pride and glory after this. Andrew Beaton goes 5-1 down. So as things stand, he would not qualify on leg difference because he's just getting beaten too heavily. Now, if he manages to scrape back a couple of legs here, he's got the darts. He started with a 140. If he pulls a couple of legs back, then he as long as he doesn't get beaten too badly, he'll secure himself a place.
Yeah, definitely. And Matt Campbell again sees it off. Absolutely stunning from Matt Campbell to meet Arjan Konterman 6-3. And again, I just get this feeling, well, not a feeling, I just know in stage 2, Matt Campbell is going to be very, very hard to beat. Going to head back and have a look into the UK as the last 32 games are starting to kick off. Yeah, just looking around. As result from board 7, John Teal comes from behind to beat Carter Gurney 6-4. Lewis Pride 1 away from beating Jamie Clark on board number 2. But all eyes still on Danny Baggish on board 13. Ryan Harrington coming back into this.
So that just before that game finished, Carter Gurney and John Teal, they were the lowest 2 players still playing today on the order of merit. So that was, for either one of those guys, that was a must-win game. One's going to still have a fighting chance. The other one is packing his bags.
Yeah. But some big games warming up. Colin Osborne against Kevin Garcia on board 15. Colin Osborne needs to win. Jared Cole against Nick Fulwell. They played yesterday and it was an absolute belter. This time we're on board 11 for that one. And Baggish has stopped.
Speaking of big...
Go on, Jack. Go on.
So speaking of big games, the only game that still matters in terms of qualification in the EU Q school, Michael Schmeder against Andrew Beaton. Beaton has just taken out 82 to go 5-2 behind. I think he survived the match start. Schmeder went from 101 down to 20 points remaining. Reminder, Beaton needs another 2 legs to cling on by a leg difference. If he wins one more and loses the match, we're going to averages, I believe. If Schmeder wins this one, I think Beaton is out.
So I agree. Schmeder has the darts to try and seal this match, and he started off with just a 60. So if Beaton can start throwing if he can land a couple of trebles in his first visit, this could get. Oh, he throws 59. It's going to go really tight. This.
Baggish one away from the round of 16 against Harrington. He stopped the Harrington charge, which was important because you wouldn't have won that game coming back to 4-3.
He might just be doing it. I think the start he got off to, Danny Baggish, has really helped. The fact that he came out the blocks really quickly, because he's lost 10 points off his average in this game. He's not maintaining the level he's been at, but I think he started so well and came off out the blocks so quickly that he's just got to hold his throws, and he's through here.
Oh, the 140 to leave 67 after 12 on the Harrington throw. Absolutely stunning from the gambler. Here we go, 67 for a place in the last 16 for Danny Baggish. Tell this is worse when you can't see it. Misses, leaves 16. So Ryan Harrington, 104 to save his skin and keep this tie alive. Cannot take it out, only leaves 32. So Baggish now has 3 clear match starts on the Harrington throw.
A result you would think might see both players through.
And there it is, Danny Baggish into the last 16. He's now just 1 away from that hallowed 4-point mark. It's getting close.
That's a big win for Danny. A very, very big win for Danny. Up against it, against a player that's been a former card holder in this situation and spot. I said it before the match, just shows the character and the grit the man has got. And he will be very, very tough to beat should he pick up a tour card by the end of Wednesday next week.
Right, just looking at the top of the order of merit from Milton Keynes, the top 26 is now dark green. So below, it's getting tight, it's getting close.
Speaking of getting close, EUQ score, we're down to the nitty-gritty here in leg number 8. Schmeider has just left 88. He's on 128 and just scored 40. Beaton is on 140. This would be for an 18-dart leg. If it goes so, not ton plus standard anywhere yet, but he needs a big setup here to pressure this 88 if it's not going to go. Because reminder, if Schmeider pings this 88, Beaton will miss out on leg difference.
There we go. Patrick's commented in the chat room. He's got, hi, guys. I think if it's 6-3, Beaton is also out on averages. Before today, it was 76-36. If it's 6-3, so he needs 4 legs. Thanks, Patrick.
He may well have just survived another leg. Schmeider scores 56, leaving 32. Beaton coming back for 96. How big a set of 3 darts is this?
I'll tell you what, it's getting tight. It's getting close. Just looking at the top of the order of merit, I know some of these are still in, but there's some huge names going to go through. Alan Norris, Andy Jenkins, Jared Cole, Robert Owen, a former UK Open semi-finalist. Where are we? Brian Hallas, who was obviously out today, but had really good 2 days. Darren Johnson, John O'Shea, they're all in there. Kevin Garcia has now done enough. Martin Lukeman's win has now turned him there. Aidan Kirk is in. Ryan Harrington,
Phil,
still
I'm going to cut you off.
green.
Beaton only scored 56 from the 96, leaves top. Schmeider has 3 darts and he pings 32 in 2 darts. I believe, and as people in the chat room was confirming, Andrew Beaton has just missed out. That leg difference loss of 4 legs puts him on -9 and will drop him to 50th on the ranking, meaning he will not progress to stage 2. It was in the palm of his hands and he couldn't get over the line, only winning 2 legs when he needed at least 4.
There is also some changes in colour. Ryan Harrington and Robert Rickwood have now gone dark green. Congratulations, gentlemen. We will see you in stage 2. And Joe asks in the chat room, Gob, have you seen the football? Or are we not talking about it?
We're not talking about it anymore. As if my internet troubles for the last 20 minutes has not been enough, that feces is kicking off.
3 minutes.
Lovely.
What a 3 minutes that was in Leicester, wasn't it?
Just throwing it out there,
Dan,
guys.
go off someone very, very quickly. Go off people very quickly, gents.
We're saying, God, what do you reckon? I could play centre half for Liverpool at this rate.
No comment. Anyway, back to the darts. This is not so soccer Saturday. Bringing that up, Joe. Nothing to do with the fact he's a massive Everton fan either. Yeah, thanks for that.
So on the UK order of merit, the player who is closest to that hallowed green area, Liam Gallagher, sat in 42nd place at the moment on 3 points, goes 1-0 up against Scott Riddler. He goes 2-0 up, and he takes out 28 in one dart, and he's 2-0 up now. So the player closest to that area is looking like he could secure himself a spot. I think there's a few around there. Shane O'Connor, Colin Osborne, definitely going to be looking over their shoulders. They are looking quite precarious, some of those players.
And again, for all you Danny Baggish fans, he has now leapt into the green area. He's only on 3 points, but he is in green for the first time this week.
One. And
it's not getting any easier for Matt Campbell in his quest to qualify by winning the day outright today. Already beaten Arjan Kontaman, already beaten Timo Tricol. He is currently warming up against Dragutin Horvat in the last day, a straight up qualification match. They're both there on points anyway, but that win will do them the world of good. Matt Campbell been absolutely flying, and he is in the hunt to be the first man to qualify outright today in the EU school. That one is the last day, and that is just getting underway. Elsewhere over there, Stefan Niles is 2-1 down to Stefan Belmont. Luke Peters, much fancied. He is very high up in the order of merit. He is currently 2-1 down to Robbie Knops. And Marcel Gerdon, current order of merit leader, is 4-1 down to Kay Schmeets. Sergio Krasen, the Italian, he's been very impressive so far. He is just warming up now against Michael Schmeider, the conqueror of Andrew Beaton, who has just knocked him out.
So again, I know it's yesterday, but Daniel Petric was very impressive yesterday as well.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Italians taking the sport seriously. I think that could well be an area that the PDC Europe target in the next couple of years, perhaps for a Euro tour. They just have to keep showing that sustained interest from the population and producing good players. We've seen their World Cup team chop and change a bit over the last couple of years, and if all of them guys kick on at once, there's a real opportunity that they'll sneak a Euro tour and the game will continue to grow in yet another country. It'll be superb.
I'm up for a Euro tour in Naples.
Just a quick one. Confirmation that Andrew Beaton has missed out. He dropped to 49th. He misses out on leg difference. Patrick Tringler, the man that has benefited, he sneaks in on -8, and the fact that he won 14 legs this weekend instead of the 11 legs that Mikael Hausler has won, who was also on a -8 leg difference. So 3 legs more won by Patrick Tringler has got him into stage 2.
And in a must-win game for Colin Osborne
on 1 point.
Colin Osborne behind against Kevin Garcia in a must-win game for him. Trails 2-1.
else have we got? Reece Colley 5-1 up. Liam Gallagher's now 3-0 up. And AJ, the chat room's favourite, is currently 5-3 down. Ryan Palmer also trailing 4-3 to Callum Goffin. Another Welshman on the charge. We've seen enough of them over the last couple of weeks. But he is trying to join the current Welsh revolution in the Tungsten Arena, that is PDC darts. Practice
Chuck Norris
5-1 up over Jack Boardman.
Alan Norris 3-2 up on Sean Fisher on board 8. Nick Fulwell leads Jared Cole 1-0. AJ has a leg back
like
to
that.
5-4.
Nico Bellic in the chat room jumping in little by little. Liam Gallagher is going to do it.
Very good. Very nice. Again, Gob, just on Liam Gallagher, the fact that he's gone 4-0 up. So his current leg difference is -1. Everybody else that's hovering around the same spot where he's going to be in contention with is on a positive leg difference. So the fact that he's pulling away 4-0 here, it's going to give him a bit more of a fighting chance. If he finishes on 4 points with his leg difference the way it was looking, it wasn't looking great. But that extra, or what potentially could be a big lump here in his leg difference could really make the difference for him.
It could. He's just rolling with
massively. He's been clinging onto that one. Yeah, that leg difference is massive, like you said, to sneak into that 4 points. 6-0 win here would put him 27th, which put a couple of people who are on 4 points but lower leg difference on the bubble. So a 6-0 win here puts him above Ryan Harrington, who's currently in dark green. So you'd suggest that would also make him dark green as well. Plenty of players still involved that are on that bubble, though. There's about 8 names in a row here. Gary Butcher, he's out for today, currently clinging on 4 points and a +2 leg difference. If 4 becomes the points required to sneak through today, which is looking like it might be, he could be in a little bit of trouble as he's not playing anymore. Prakash Jiwa, Daniel Lee in exactly the same position as Gary Butcher, but he lost 6 more legs. Baggish is still involved. Jock Watt, the best name. He won 6-1 a minute ago. I'm not sure if this is updated to include that. Justin Hood, he's in trouble. He's on 3 points, a +8 leg difference. Currently the best on 3 points that isn't still involved leg difference wise. But like I said, plenty of guys that are already on 3 points still involved in today and can sneak above him. He will be the one that is looking over his shoulder the most at the minute because there's nothing he can do about it. Ryan Palmer 4 with Callum Goffin. This one, boys, is a very big game. Goffin languishing down in 51 on 2 points. He needs this and another win, whereas Ryan Palmer is already on 3 points and a +5 leg difference. This one should get him through on that magical 4 points.
Definitely. AJ, our favourite chat room player that from Milton Keynes has been joining us, has lost for the day, but he is already in stage 2. So congratulations with him. Nick Fulwell leads Jared Cole 2-0, and Martin Lukeman back to 2-2 with Adam Mould on board number 10. And Liam Gallagher within 1 against Scott Riddler. Is Riddler rocking in the rocking chair against Gallagher?
Oh, Barzy.
It's a shame we're not podcasting. It's a shame there's no podcast today. Otherwise, we could have talked tonight about Liam Gallagher's performance.
Breaking news, there is a podcast tonight because it is the end of stage 1B. So there will be an audio-only podcast of reviewing all of stage 1B and a look ahead to stage 2, Dan. So
there will be talk tonight of a champagne supernova.
Don't slide away from us just yet.
Lovely.
If anyone can tell, we're all huge Oasis fans as well.
And nobody is a Blur fan because that was a myth. How was that ever a rivalry? Anyway, back to the darts.
Gemma,
I'm going to have a quick look.
Before we change the subject, you laugh. I've got a separate savings account, and it is named the Oasis Comeback Fund. I have money put away that I will happily spend on a ticket when they come back to play. Because at some point there will be a comeback gig, whether it's a one-off festival or a three at Main Road or something like that. There will be, and I have a separate fund for that.
Do you think, Phil, if they come back and tour, they'll tour all around the world?
Oh!
Whoa! Right, back to the darts. Colin Osborne is back in trouble in the UK.
Right.
He's 4-1 down to Kevin Garcia. Lee Cox 4-0 down to Lloyd Pennell. Jared Cole, Nick Fulwell. That's currently 2-1 to Nick Fulwell. I think both of them are already over the line, but that's still a good game nonetheless. Alan Norris 4-3 up against Sean Fisher. John O'Shea, he's 1-0 down to John Till. He's a name that I haven't seen on the rankings a lot. How's he getting on?
I'm going to jump in
he's
here,
in 21,
because
so
Liam
he's
Gallagher
already
has
in anyway.
match starts for the Bagel. Liam Gallagher wants 32, and he has missed the opportunity to whitewash Scott Riddler. So Riddler coming back for double 5 to save his skin, and he has missed. So Gallagher has another chance at the Bagel, looking at 32. Come on, James, what's going on? And he's missed again. That is now 6 match darts that Liam Gallagher has missed. Is it the Tom Kirby all over again as Riddler gets a leg on the board? It's 5-1. Gallagher has missed 6 match darts.
That will be really interesting if he goes down to leg difference to qualify. Missing six darts there to take that out 6-0. He could really regret that if he ends up having to count his legs.
Again, is it the Tom Kirby all over again? Go on. I'll stay here.
Currently 5-4 to Ryan Palmer. He's got the darts to win this one 6-4, and he's opened back-to-back tons. Callum Goffin just a 46 so far in response, and a 41. Ryan Palmer with clear daylight here to win this one 6-4 and sneak him up to 4 points, I believe it is. Interestingly, over in the EU as well, we've just focused a lot on UK at the minute. Dragutin Horvat is 4-1 up over Matt Campbell in the last 8. That's the battle to win it outright. The most advanced game of that Q school so far. We've currently got 3 last 16 matches underway as well. And I believe that everybody else is waiting for the result of these 3 because they make up the other halves of the other 3 last 8 games. So they're all lagging behind a little bit. Sergio Krasin currently 2-0 down to Michael Schmader. Stefan Niles 4-3 up over Stefan Belmont, and Robbie Knox is 5-4 up against Luke Peters. Interestingly as well, despite losing 6-2 in the last round, Marcel Gurdon goes through as the number 1 seed on the order of merit. 7 points. He cannot be caught. Goffin with a big 140. He's gone 140. What an interesting leg this is. So Palmer has 58 for the match. Goffin responded slightly in the match here. Went 46, 41, 140, 44, 140. So it's either big or nothing for Goffin. And it's cost him in the end. Palmer has taken out 58 in 3 darts to win 6-4. I think that puts Callum Goffin in trouble. It does. He was already in 51st spot on 2 points.
Gallagher's going to get darts at 117. Only scores 77, so I think he's missed another match start there. I don't know, but scoring 77, leaving tops, I think he's missed a dart at tops, and it's now 5-2.
Let's watch the Colin Osborne game because he is currently in 40th spot, a very tentative spot at the minute, as long as the 4 winners of the day come in from players ranked above on the order of merit at the minute. 40th will sneak in. Goffin has exited. Liam Gallagher is one that could possibly push Colin Osborne down and out. John Teal still in the hunt, but he would need another win, maybe two, at least one. And Scott Riddler and Michael Baker, 2. Osborne in a very precarious position then, and is up against it in leg 8. Garcia with the darts. And let's see what score difference is when they throw in an equal amount. Osborne 47 points behind after 9 darts. Garcia with the throw, currently 230 remaining. And a 119 leaves the Nelson 111. Osborne needs a massive 2 treble visit as an absolute minimum, or there's a chance he might have to survive match start if he's going to stage 2.
Going to jump in as Gallagher 164 for the match. This time, Scott Riddler is nowhere to be seen. He's not in the same neighbourhood. So Gallagher doesn't need to go for it. 84. What's gone on, God? That reaction says it all. What have you got?
I'm just waiting on Osborne to throw his next dart. So when I said he needed a 2 treble visit, he fired in a 180 to leave himself on 97. Garcia on 111 as he was has just left 20. So I think he has also missed a dart at tops. Osborne now needs 97 to save his skin. And then he still needs 3 more legs. But this is Ted. Oh, only 41 from Osborne. Garcia has got 3 darts in hand to take out double 10 to start with. And Osborne could be in trouble here. His leg difference about to take a beating as well. And that is a 6-2 win for Kevin Garcia. Osborne asked the question of him and he gets over the line. Osborne about to drop to a -1 leg difference. And that's him gone.
Oh, it's all happening here. Literally, Liam Gallagher is falling apart. He's missed another 3 match darts. And it's now 5-3. Genuinely, this should have been all over. This should have been 6-0. Liam Gallagher has missed darts in every leg to seal this one out. He is literally finishing line fever. And it is the King Barry match all over again here, ladies and gents. His average has plummeted to 77 over the last 3 legs. He was in complete control. Can't find that winning double.
And he's going to really need that leg difference as well. It's so tight around that last, those last few spaces. He's going to, every leg he's letting slip away here could cost him.
Honestly, he's missed multiple match darts in every leg. But God, that says to me, he knows this match puts him on 4 points.
Yeah, massively. And if he's done it in the Tom Kirby and he's doing it now, I don't fancy his chances when it comes down to winning his first ever bit of ranking money in the PDC. That's something he will need to work on very, very quickly. Don't get me wrong, nerves, pressure get to everybody, but that is definitely something that we're looking at just from 2 games that he needs to work on. Matt Campbell has just saved himself over in EU, by the way. Now trails Dragton Hall at 5-3 with an 18 dart. I checked out 66. So this one is, of course, about to qualify outright. They're both there anyway, but to go through as a day winner will certainly give one of them a confidence boost. Campbell opens
mistake
up 3
from Scott Riddler here shows an absolute schoolboy error. 266. He hits a straight ton to leave 166. Gallagher steps in with a 140 to leave 103. Riddler 98 to leave 68. So Gallagher has another opportunity on the Riddler throw. 103 to get him over the line this time. Oh, what's going on? Oh, he's done it. He's taken out 103 at the God knows what time of asking. Liam Gallagher, it is a champagne supernova for him to move on to 4 points, but you can't help but feel the mistake from Riddler, the straight ton to leave 166 has cost him there because the pressure was on Gallagher. Massive, massive Johnny Clayton error there, but it is Liam Gallagher who goes through.
Tell you what, I'm trying to watch two games at once here, and they're both just as good as each other. Jared Cole is 100 points away from beating Nick Fulwell after breaking in the last leg. He's now thrown for the match. He wants 100 after 9 darts. Gone 140, 121, 140. Fulwell back on 260. So Cole looking for revenge from yesterday, I believe. He takes that in 3 darts. Over in Europe, Horvat wants 61, and he's just taken that in 2 darts as well. What a leg that was. He went 60 ton, 180 ton, 61 for a 14 dart leg to beat Matt Campbell in the final. Like I said, they both qualified anyway, but Horvat getting over the line with a 95 average, plays Campbell's 93. Two players, if they produce that on the regular, will be A, very difficult to beat next week, and B, make great additions to the PDC tour. It's all happening, boys. It's all happening, and we absolutely love it.
Someone asked in the chat room, has Danny Baggish gone dark green yet? No, he hasn't, because he's only on 3 points. Liam Gallagher moves to that hallowed 4 points, but is still only light green on +2, gents. This is going to the wire today. The absolute wire.
Yeah, it's really tight.
And
just looking at that,
massively important.
Big
yeah,
result.
that
Goal
Liam
gonna come to
Gallagher
you.
being 5-0 up and letting
Jared
that
Cole
slip back,
over the line.
Yes.
Yeah, I said that one a minute ago.
I didn't hear you. I said he was
He pinged the
5-3 up.
ton.
Didn't he say he won it?
Yeah, he 5-3 up, and he pinged the 100, and then Horvat pinged the 61 the following visit. So they have both finished in the last couple of minutes. We have another last 8 game warming up in the EU. Robbie Knopps and Kay Schmeets. Obviously, that's qualified right, but like I said, everybody involved has already done enough to secure passage into stage 2. And Sergio Krasin is 3-2 up against Mikhail Schmeider. Lloyd Pennell already done bits this week so far. He's just moved 5-4 up against Lee Cox. And John O'Shea, boys, that's the one that I think we need to be keeping an eye on at the minute, is 5-2 up against John Teal.
So we've got 2 players. Well, we got Michael Baker as well. Michael Baker is another one who can, with a good result today, he's in 64th at the minute, but can break that. He's the lowest ranked player on the order of merit that is still playing today, but he's 4-3 up and really in with a chance of making this interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's going to be some absolute huge, huge games coming up. So, looking at it, John O'Shea has already qualified through the order of merit. Martin Lukeman now trails Adam Mould 5-4. That's been an absolute belter of a game. Seesawed one way, then the next. Just getting our breath back. What a little passage of play. Again, in the chat room, that little passage of play there in both UK and EU. Some superb darts. Let us know how you're feeling, how your favourites getting on as well. And who do you think? Martin Lukeman has just lost as John O'Shea wins as well, Gob.
He has. Sorry, I'm looking at Robert Rickwood's results from earlier equipment. Yeah, John O'Shea, big win. Martin Lukeman say he's just lost as well. Where does that put them? Lukeman is in dark green, so he should be fine. Teal, where does that put him? He is out. He was in 57th spot. So another one falls, and those sat on the bubble at the minute survive.
So Michael Baker is 5-3 up against Jonathan Wynn. Michael Baker, he is that outlier. He is the biggest threat to everyone that's sitting sort of 37th to 40th, who's just on the edge, because he is one of those guys not occupying a space there. And if he does, if he claims one, then he pushes somebody out. He's the biggest threat. That's just that means that whoever's going to be sat in that last spot is just going to get nudged the wrong side of the line.
What do you reckon here, Gob, for Baggish? He's had a bit of a wait. Is that a good thing that he's had a chance to calm down after that last result? Looks like Gob's frozen.
I'll answer you then. I'm not sure, you know. I think he's I think what's happened today is he's finally hit a bit of form. He's hit a bit of rhythm. Oh, he's back. He's back. Go on then, Gob.
He's back. Gob's back.
I didn't hear the question.
I was saying that the fact that Danny Baggish has had a break between his last game and his next one, is that a help or a hindrance?
Depends on the player. Personally, I'm one that likes to just keep going and going, especially as he's just played and won pretty solidly. Just keep that going, keep that form up. Depends what he does in the break. Nips to the bathroom. If he sat around doing nothing, hindrance. If there's an opportunity to practice, just keep his arm nice and loose, then yeah, it's good for him. So, but it's a massive, massive game coming up for him next.
Yeah, 100%. Someone asked in the chat room about Gary.
Sorry to just jump in there, guys. Michael Baker takes out 115 to win 6-3. So that he I said was the biggest threat to everybody who sat thinking they might be comfortable. That moves him on to 3 points, gives him a +1 leg advantage. So leg advantage, he's still lacking behind the likes of Justin Hood, Sean Fisher, who are on 8. But one more game from Michael Baker, and someone's going to slip out of there.
So can't think who it was. Jeff asked in the chat room, has Gary Mawson made it through with Matt Campbell? But a lot of love for Canada. Yes, he has, mate. He will be in stage 2. So it's all coming to the boil here. Some big, big games warming up as we speak. Jared Cole against Shane O'Connor. Looking forward to that. Just looking at the rankings now as we all, Chuck safely through to stage 2. Everyone, don't worry about that. A lot of love for Alan Norris going on, and rightfully so, after the few years he has had. Dan says in the chat room, I heard Baggish say he is still struggling with fatigue and needs breaks when practicing. But if that's the case, then it's probably perfect that he's had that break between his last game and this one. Big, big moments coming up both sides of the Q School divide. Let's take you onto the screen to have a look at what's going down over in Niedernhausen. Good afternoon, Tommy. Hope you are well. Frank says, Lloyd Pennell, a name to remember. Yeah, he's had an absolute great stage 1B. Dak Clark asked, what's the format for finals day and how many go through each day? Right, so officially, correct me if I'm wrong, officially we haven't been told the split of cards yet, have we? A lot of people are thinking
we haven't been
17-12.
Officially, but pro rata it's 17-12. And to be honest, the boys that have done those calculations on social media are generally bang on with this sort of thing. So I'm going to go with them and stick the neck out saying we think it's 17-12. 1 per day for winning outright, and the rest will be from an order of merit within that Q school.
Yeah, so we think 17-12. So on the stage 2 of the order on how it works, every day it is played down to a winner. So there will be a winner from Milton Keynes, a winner from Niedernhausen will win their tour card. So 4 outright winners across the 4 days. Then the rest is down to the order of merit to win your card. Hope that helps everyone. I'm going to dive back into the chat room because it's absolutely rocking again, as always. Has Daniel Lee made it through? Yes, he has. Yeah, we need a star in there, as is Andrew, always on hand in the chat room. Yeah, I say the pro rata, we're thinking 17-12. However, we all know the PDC like to jazz it up every now and then, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was a rogue
if a
split in the end.
finishes, the certain Dutchman was to finish
13.
What are we saying? 17, 12, so 8, so 9th in the order of merit. I think we might see a 16-13 split.
Ronnie says Danny Baggish, he is warming up as we speak on board 7 and he needs to win. So huge game for Danny Baggish incoming. Is Darren Johnson through? Stephen asked. Yes, he is, mate. He's well up in the order of merit. He got to the final yesterday, so those 4 points would have been enough. The Raven effect tomorrow onwards is going to be fun. Tomorrow onwards is going to be absolutely mental, mate. Absolute mental. That's when it all gets interesting, when it's all on the line for these players. So, superb. Well, says plenty of games.
Trying to balance a couple of things, but so I've got my eye on EU for a little bit more. We've got one last 16 games still underway. Sergio Craston, the Italian, is currently 4-3 up over Michael Schmader. And we've got 2 outright qualification games. Like I said, these guys are already through, but I think it's just interesting, and that gives them that little bit of an edge. So they actually came through by winning a complete day. Gino Voss is 1-0 up on Stefan Niles, and Robbie Knox is 3-2 down to Kay Schmidt. Those 2 are outright qualifying games, but like I said, they are both already very much qualified for stage 2.
Danny Baggish has got a tough game here as well coming up. Lee Cox set 7th on the order of merit so far.
Did he win his last? I thought he was losing his last game.
That's what Darts Connector's got Danny Baggish warming up against.
He beat Lloyd Pennell 6-5. What result that was? I thought Lloyd Pennell was comfortably ahead at times in that one.
He had a real fight back.
Under the radar a little bit.
Big shout out to John in the chat room. Hello, my first time watching. Welcome along, mate. We are here for the whole of Q School, so you don't need to go anywhere else. Now you have found us. Welcome along. Again, you're welcome in the chat room. It's all good. Well, these games warm up. Just going to head back to Niedernhausen. Gino Voss, 1-1 with Stefan Niles. The Italian revolution rocks on as Sergio Crassan goes within 1 leg on board 2. Tony asks, so if there are only 29 players that will win tour cards, what happens to those? They get to play on the Challenge Tour in the PDC, which they can still earn half decent money on the Challenge Tour. So there are still places for them to go and play. Was that another Liam Gallagher reference? Stephen asks, what time does final stage start tomorrow? We will be live from 11 a.m. UK time tomorrow, mate. Concentrate on the battle from Niedernhausen first before switching to Milton Keynes which gets underway at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Just going to look at the EU Order of Merit, and it is locked, done, dusted. It's just a case of who wins outright. That was always the bit of the anticlimax from 1A as well, that Europe, the Order of Merit was locked early doors, and again, people scraping through on 1 point. But the notable one there is Thibaut Tricol scrapes through on 1 point. And again, some things are written in the stars. Now, we all know Glenn Durrant, it was fate. Is it going to be the same for Tricol? Luke says, so Barney should be on the challenge tour. One, if Barney doesn't get his card, I don't see him turning up to Wigan and Barnsley to play on the challenge tour personally, but I think he will get his card anyway, so that's irrelevant in my opinion.
Correct.
So.
Oh, interesting here, boys. Where is he? Michael Baker, that is currently getting underway, is the only man that can affect the rankings for today and those that qualify, because everybody else will still be in. There's currently 40 names in either dark green or light blue on dartsrankings.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so the top 40 are all in that, and Michael Baker's further out. He's on 2 points, so he would have to win his next 2 games. If he loses here to Lee Evans, regardless of what anybody else does now, you'd expect them to be there. 2 seconds. It's going to be on leg difference, right? If these 4 guys lose heavily, Danny Baggish, Jock Watt, Justin Hood, and Justin Hood's already out for the day, and Sean Fisher. I think, boys, Danny Baggish is safe.
Agreed. Judging by that, and if someone in the chat room...
No, because a 6-0 loss would put him on +8 as well, and he's 1 less leg than Justin Hood and Sean Fisher. I think
Danny
win
Baggish,
a leg.
Danny Baggish
1 leg.
Needs 1 leg. Working it out. I'm sure the chat room will correct us if we are wrong, but Danny Baggish fans, we think the American needs 1 leg to save his skin.
I think Jock Watt, who's currently 4-3 up over Ryan Palmer, is already there. Him and Danny Baggish have got identical numbers. So in this round, I think Jock Watt is already there. This game would be a massive bonus for him, but he's already there. He's 4-3 up, so he's already got the leg that means he can't lose 6-0. Michael Baker warming up. Danny Baggish. Who's he playing next? Lee Cox. That's a big game for Danny Baggish. Justin Hood's already out. Sean Fisher is the other name. He's currently 1-0 up against Liam Gallagher. He's on +8 though, so he will need a few more to make sure, unless Michael Baker does lose. Michael Baker is currently on 2 points overall and a -2 leg difference. So even with a 6-0 win over Lee Evans, he would not get there. It would all be about the round after that. Michael Baker needing 2 wins to see him in. Otherwise, all of those names I've just mentioned, Danny Baggish, Jock Watt, Justin Hood, and Sean Fisher, will all be in stage 2. Michael Baker with everything in his hand, which means that one is the one that's going up on my screen for the next few minutes. We'll see how that one plays out.
Absolutely.
Over in the EU, Sergio Krasin came through the last 16 match. He beat Michael Schmader 6-3, which means him and Leonard Gates are just getting underway for the place outright as a winner on the day. Kay Schmeets is 5-4 up against Robbie Knott. He is on the verge of winning today. And Stefan Niles and Gino Voss are both 2-all. The results aren't massive, but I think they give them that little bit of confidence and that bit about them going into tomorrow, knowing that they won the day before. More match practice. Winning is a habit.
There we have it. Jared Cole takes an early lead on board 6 against Shane O'Connor.
So we've now got all of today's last 16 players playing, all the action going on. I think we've probably all got our eye on the same game, though. I think we're all watching Lee Evans and Michael Baker. That is the one that everybody is going to be following.
100%. Result from board 8, Reese Coley, 6-1 win over Kevin Garcia. Liam Gallagher levels up at 1-1. Jock Watt on the verge. And it's getting interesting, it's getting tight, it's getting edgy. So what a first leg from Danny Baggish. 97, 140, 180 against the throw.
Lovely. Michael Baker comes for 101 to have a go at the first leg. What he can do with 101.
Baggish leaves 32 after 12 against the throw. See how this one goes first of all. Then we're going to have a quick ad break. See if Baggish can get the opener.
Remember, Baggish just needs that one leg, and I think he is safe.
And Danny Baggish has that one leg. Right, guys, we're going to go for a quick ad break whilst we will work everything. Welcome back, everyone. Whilst we've been away, Liam Gallagher now leads 2-1, Baggish 1-0. Martin Turner leads Adam Mould 2-1, Jared Cole level at 1-1. And John O'Shea finds himself 2 behind. An interesting one, Gob.
Case Schmeets over in EU wins 6-4 against Robbie Knox, so he qualifies as a day winner rather than via the order of merit again. Not really that important, but just interesting for everybody to know. The other game I've got my eye on still is the Sean Fisher Liam Gallagher game, because should Michael Baker win 6-0, he'd go up to a +4 leg difference. If Sean Fisher ships any more than 6-2 here, there's a chance that Baker could do it with 1 win and not 2, like I'd previously said. So this result for Sean Fisher against Liam Gallagher is quite big as well in the context. Obviously, it's relevant if Michael Baker goes on to lose the game, but any sort of win, that leg difference, a win for Baker and a loss for Fisher will narrow that leg difference. So something else that I'm keeping an eye on over here, although Gallagher has just left 56 after 12 starts on his throw and 2-1 up.
Yeah, like you say, Michael Baker does lead Lee Evans 1-0. Of course, that is the round behind the others as well.
Gallagher's just gone 3-1 up on Sean Fisher, taking out 56. This is not over, boys. There's still very much a lot to play for here. Let's see if Darts Rankings have put the other boys through automatically yet. Not quite. Oh my. So the information I was just working off may have been a little bit out of date. That was before Michael Baker's last result. He is already on 3 points.
Oh, it is tight.
+1 leg difference. Sean Fisher is on 3 points and a +8 leg difference. A win here for Michael Baker puts him on 4 points, and he jumps above those boys. A win also for Sean Fisher, and Justin Hood is on the bubble. Four names are currently attempting to sneak into 3 spots. One of them cannot do anything about it. Justin Hood is already out today. He is stuck where he is. He's on 3 points, a +8 leg difference, and 26 legs won overall. Sean Fisher has just pinged 1 leg back against Liam Gallagher as well. That was a hold of throw. He now needs at least 2 breaks to win this match, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Darts Rankings doesn't have Danny Baggish in dark green yet. I think they update at the end of the match. But as I said, that 1 leg means that the lowest his leg difference can fall to is +9, and he would stay above Justin Hood.
So this is mad. Absolutely bonkers. Baggish 2-0 up as well.
Michael Baker has got 38.
100% through.
Jared Cole 3-1 up. The man from Hertfordshire just carrying on from yesterday.
Michael Baker takes out 38, goes 2-0 up.
Going back to Cole, he's very much a confidence man, and a final yesterday and another good run today. He will be in buoyant mood ahead of stage 2 tomorrow.
Tell you what, boys, this one is hotting up nicely as well. Gallagher's left himself 1, 2, 3 after 12 darts. Fisher left himself on 96 though. Will he get an attempt at it to possibly break back and level up? Gallagher just 83, leaves top bit of pressure now, but if this 96 goes, Fisher will have broken the throw to level back up, and he will be throwing. Just 56 scored, 40 left. Both men on 40. A shootout on tops. This leg could be massive for Sean Fisher. And Liam Gallagher takes it first dart. 4-2 to Liam Gallagher. Sean Fisher on the bubble at the minute. Michael Baker, he is winning, I believe. I can't see that screen. You just said it, though. This could still swing in a matter of moments. Just 25 to open leg 7.
If you're joining us late on, how are you all doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you are good. Slapshot King joining us. Where are we?
In Europe, Stefan Niles is 1 leg away from beating Gino Voss to qualify as an outright.
Yeah, someone asking in the chat room about what we think of Benito van der Pas. Andrew's replied, just don't think he's particularly good player anymore. Look, I agree. I think his actions got huge flaws is the issue. The dart's trying into the board at such a ridiculous angle. That's why he has so many on the floor goal.
Yeah, completely agree. And that was that wrist action. We saw David Evans doing an imitation of it on social media. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out because it's a bloody good impression from Stretch himself. Yeah, he's just trying to do too much. He's trying to roll the wrist too much, and that means the dart trying to stick that way too steep and aggressively. That's why he had so many fall out. I think he went away and worked on his action. It was starting to pay off a little bit toward the back end of last year. So it'll be interesting to see if he does come through.
Again, come out to me, Jared Cole, 61 for a 6-1 win over Shane O'Connor. Only scores 41, so Jared Cole misses a match start. So 57 for O'Connor. Can't take it. So Jared Cole coming back, double 10 for a 6-1 win. And he's fluffed it as well, both fluffing their lines.
Danny Baggish
Are you
goes
going to jump in
3-1
there,
up. Just an update on the Baggish game. Danny Baggish goes 3-1 up. He's looking quite comfortable, averaging 92. Cox is averaging 76. So I think it's just a case of Danny Baggish just plods along and closes this out comfortably by the way things are looking so far.
Yeah, Jared Cole pinned back to 5-2, but is now throwing for the match.
Potentially big moments in the Gallagher Sean Fisher match as well. Sean Fisher has just won leg 7. Gallagher had opportunities from 138 and 58. I think he's missed at least a dart at top, if not 2, as he left himself on 20. Fisher does win the leg, but like I said, he trails by a break. He's 4-3 down with Gallagher throwing. Him and Michael Baker could quite easily swap positions at the minute. Baker 2-0 up and got darts for a 1-4-4 checkout in this one. This could swing in a matter of moments.
Someone asked
That
about the
being
UK
said,
Open.
Fisher could only get a -3 from here. That would put him on +5. This is getting very tight.
Right, coming back, going to jump in. As Cole's got 80 to seal the deal here. He's already missed match starts. Can the young man from Hertfordshire get over the line? Yes, he can. Takes out 80 in 3 for a 6-2 comfortable victory over Shane O'Connor. And Jared Cole marches on yet again.
Danny Baggish comes for 145. Let's see what he can do with that. Oh, nearly there. Leaves himself 16. Cox is going to get a go at 63 to pull a leg back.
Over in Europe, quickly, Stefan Niles has beaten Gino Voss 6-3. He's the third outright winner. Leonard Gates is currently 3-0 up over Sergio Krasen. The North American boys have really turned up today, apart from Danny Lowby exiting early and not progressing to stage 2, but they've got their act together when they needed it, Jen.
100%. I'm just going to dive into the chat room. A few questions asking about the Premier League. When's it going to start? Going to be some dates behind closed doors, late March, early April. I think they'll do 3 or 4 to get it underway. They are still more than hopeful that they can have some fans in for Premier League dates moving forward, but need to get it going as Sky needs some content. Where have we as well? Gusta Rhymes asks about Martin Adams and has he quit darts? No, look, Martin Adams is doing his thing. He's playing some online stuff. He's now 64 years of age. I think he'll pick and choose. He'll play in some WDF events. He'll play in some mad events. He'll play in some potential online events if they come back this year. But the man is still absolutely class at 64 years of age. And I can just see what Gob is going on about.
Fisher has
broken. Sean Fisher has just broken the throw in leg 8. He now levels up at 4-all with Liam Gallagher. A win here would see him definitely safe and put Justin Hood on the verge of exiting at stage 1. Justin obviously losing earlier on in the day, not still in contention, and both players have just opened up with a 40-odd score. It's getting a bit tense in that one, but like I said, Sean Fisher has just broken the throw for each and has the darts in 2 of the next 3 legs to get over the line and secure his spot in stage 2.
We need, it says in the chat room,
Michael Baker as well.
Jawa levels 4 against John O'Shea. He's playing well today. 100% he is. Absolute doing bits.
Ooh. So we're talking about Sean
he's
Fisher,
interested.
Justin Hood. That could end up all being inconsequential because Lee Evans holds his sword to take one back and draw 2-2 with Michael Baker. So if Lee Evans kicks on a bit, he could do everybody a favour and seal everybody's spot.
I'll tell you what, it's
Include
all
that in my
next
team,
time.
so they'll have to work out the leg difference.
We are getting the abacus out, everyone. The famous gob abacus. Gob.
Yes, mate.
God, what event was it that you spent about an hour working it all out to get it out first, and you got it down to the absolute nail, and someone called you out on social media, said you were wrong, and it turned out that your workings out were Rachel Riley style.
Was it for the World or was it for the Players' Championship or something? It was a race for the Players' Championships, I think.
I know it was nuts because you went through it meticulously and got it absolutely spot on.
Oh, I can't remember. It nearly killed me. Putting that lack of a maths degree that I should have had about 4 years ago to use.
Danny Baggish now 5-1.
He's not really been pushed hard today, has he? If you look at the averages of the players he's faced today, whilst he's certainly upped his game, he's upped his averages, and he's played well and took his chances and won the games. But he hasn't been pushed too hard today. I think he's had a relatively comfortable session. I think, Danny.
I'll tell you what.
Interestingly, as well, I've just been.
You're going to say the same thing, Ryan? The thing you've been tagged in on Twitter.
I am, yeah. Owen Finn has just tagged us in an article from The Telegraph online. It's not related to Q-School specifically, but it is an exclusive to the newspaper that says the government proposals to save the crown jewels of the summer sporting season include sending fans COVID tests with tickets. How interestingly would that be, boys? Potentially, you know what's in the summer, don't you? A trip to the Empress Ballroom in Blackpool. Could we see fans return to the match play at the Winter Gardens? Because you know full well Eddie and Barry will be the first people with their hands in the air suggesting that they are a test event to get this up and running.
I'll tell you what, the bit that sums me here is the government, in brackets, pushing hard to get stadiums and venues open in time. They know the importance of this summer. Look, we're not going to get into a COVID debate here, and I appreciate that lives, nothing will ever beat that. But in terms of the economy, the government knows the importance of getting venues open for this summer, gents.
Massively.
100%. Absolutely right. And I have got 5 lots of Premier League tickets that have rolled over from last year. So I am praying that I finally get to use those tickets.
Well, not just for me, it's all about Blackpool. All about Blackpool. If I'm being honest, everyone knows that I love football, but I couldn't care less about the Euros. I've got all eyes on the Empress Ballroom. I can't go another year not going to Blackpool.
Definitely not. Right, we'll get back to this after the darts because it's hotting up here, there, and everywhere. Gallagher and Fisher has got very, very tight at the minute. Gallagher has once again nipped back in front. He leads 5-4. He is a leg away from putting Sean Fisher in real trouble, depending on the Michael Baker and Lee Evans result. Gallagher is on 247. Fisher responds with a 140 of his own. That makes up for the bad 3 visits to start with. He went 45, 30, 54. Still only averaging 67 in this leg to Gallagher's 64. Bit tight in this one. And the Baker game, Michael Baker has got 3 darts in hand here for 46. Evans must have missed something because he is left on 21 from 85. These, like I keep saying, these are going right down to the wire.
Going to jump in, God, because we've got a result from Niedernhausen, and it is a bagel. Leonard Gates has done the business. 6-0 over the Italian Crescent. Congratulations to him. needed that today, the same as Danny Baggish. It was all on the line for the North Americans today, and 2 of the 3 have done the business. David Curtis joining us in the chat room. How are we doing, mate? Welcome along again today. A couple of people in the chat room off the back of it. Yes, the first thing we thought about was Blackpool as well. I'm telling you, all roads lead to the Winter Gardens. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
What is going on here? Evans has busted 21 and Baker's left himself on 14 from that 46 a minute ago. And Liam Gallagher has wrapped up the match over in the other one. Sean Fisher is now in a lot of trouble. Liam Gallagher beating Sean Fisher 6-4. Liam now, that leaves Sean on 3 points, but a +6 leg difference, not the +8 he was on, which means that he would drop out before Justin Hood would drop out. I therefore think that means that Hood and Baggish are both safe, and it's a straight shootout between Michael Baker and Sean Fisher.
And that Liam Gallagher now 1 match away from becoming a rock and roll star.
I am correct. There is only 1 name in light green and 1 name in blue. It is Sean Fisher and Michael Baker. A win here for Michael Baker would get him close, but not quite over the line now because he's already lost 2 legs. So he would have to win his next round match as well to knock Sean Fisher out. Not only has he just lost 6-4, he's now got a very anxious wait to see if either Lee Evans or Michael Baker's potential next round opponent can do him a favour. We are not finished yet, gents.
Go on, Dan. Jump in, mate.
So Michael Baker he takes the 5th leg. He goes 3-2 up just to keep everything exciting. I don't know how he's 3-2 ahead, averaging 73. I think he looks like he's starting to get a bit nervous. He knows that he's got it all to play for. But as things stand at the minute, he is ahead in the game, and we do have a contest for that final spot.
Again, I'm just going to round up in Niedernhausen. All the finals are done and dusted. Congratulations to Leonard Gates, Dragutin Horvath, Stefan Niles and Kay Schmitz, all coming through there as winners today. But all eyes now on the Marshall Arena at Milton Keynes, because things are happening, gents. As Danny Baggish looks set to get pulled back here to 5-4, unless he can take out a 160. Oh my God, absolute scenes.
What a finish.
Danny Baggish taking out 160 to win.
Wallet.
Oh my, absolute scenes from the gambler. He's rolled the dice and come up with the jackpot in Vegas. Danny Baggish into the final.
Impressive stuff. That's that. Massive. Really impressive.
I mean, he was already there, but that's really impressive from Baggish. I'm trying to find out who he plays next.
Oh, unbelievable.
How do I see the draw on Dark Connect? Let's go back into this one.
Unbelievable.
I'm just breaking my Dark Connect now.
Michael Baker comes for the big fish to break. Can't see another outrageous finish in 2 minutes, can we? Surely.
Don't say that. Don't jinx it.
Anything is possible.
What's he getting?
98.
Throws a 98, leaves 72.
That says to me First treble was in.
Back.
That says to me first treble was in. Second one high or low and switches to the 18s to try and leave 36. Baker will be most disappointed if that is the case.
Evans takes out 52 to tie the game at 3-all. This is going... If Michael Baker gets over the line, you feel like he's going to scrape over the line. Fall, perhaps.
Oh. Jared Cole, Martin Turner warming up on board 3 for their final. TK Shots, the Irish lad, doing well. Yeah, he's a former world master. And Liam Gallagher got to the Tom Kirby final, played at the City West on the final for that. So both have pedigree. This was important for John O'Shea as well because it's really happened to him, Gob, since winning that World Master.
Yeah, much like Wayne Roran, he was sort of, all right, had a little bit longer before things went Pete Tong with COVID and the BDO, but he hasn't really had the opportunity to get out there and do a lot as the man with the name on that trophy. So a big run for him that keeps him in contention, a really, really likeable character, and one that people really look out for on the tour. So, yeah, bang on with him. All right, Europe is done for the day, so I can get that window closed down. I have that many screens open, boys. I don't know how we've managed this. I saw your setup before we started, Dan, and you've got about 4 iPads there, a TV, a laptop, God knows else what.
I'm fully surrounded. I've got sort of swan neck holders and the TV's going. Like, so kids are furious because I've confiscated everybody's device to rig them all up for watching darts.
No YouTubers for them for the next couple of hours. Get outside,
Absolutely
boys.
Not. Tony's commented as well in the chat room about my outrageously large cup. Yeah, it's not far off a pint, to be honest. And I have to fill it with coffee. I have 3 kids. One's not 1 year old yet, so that's the only thing that gets me through the day, Tony.
Welcome along, everyone, as well. Just catching our breath. The last 5 minutes has been absolute darting drama. It's hard to believe as well. This Lee Evans Michael Baker game is only the last 32. We've got final warming up. That board seems to be a long, long way behind, gents.
Certainly is.
Have Dart Connect made a mistake?
Go on.
Because I'm trying to refresh the screen, and it looks like they've archived the UK event 3 and not the EU number 3. There's no more new games showing for me in the match center. I did leave it and come back out. So I've got the Evans Baker game live in front of me, but I cannot see any of the top 8 games. There's no filters at the top. It looks like they've archived the wrong queue score.
I've got Turner and Cole warming up on mine.
No, to be fair, I'm the same as you. I think they've archived the wrong one.
Oh,
yeah,
big update.
Because I left it and went back. Lee Evans.
Michael Baker goes 4-3 behind. Lee Evans breaks him and will now have the darts to push on ahead. So Michael Baker's going to have to really do something here, averaging 77, if he wants to make a bit of a contest out of the end of this.
Same issue on Dart Connect for a couple of other people. Dart Connect have archived the wrong one. Yeah, boys, this could be an absolute nightmare for the rest of the coverage because we can't see any of the live games. I've literally got the Lee Evans Michael Baker screen still up, so I won't refresh that. We'll keep talking through that one. And obviously that one will decide who qualifies for stage 2 between Michael Baker and Sean Fisher. Sean Fisher currently clinging on to 40th spot for the day, but obviously the top 4 winners of the day will come from the top 40 in the order of merit and progress on. This game absolutely massive for deciding who will join in stage 2. Let's keep
just
refreshing, see
tweeted.
if they've realised their mistake. It's back. It's back. They fixed it. I've got the filters at the top.
Fixed it. Thank you for that.
Martin Turner and Jared Cole are both warming up. How far back is this game, by the way, boys? Martin Turner and Jared Cole are warming up for their last 8 match. This is the last 32.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of players waiting around cold now. John O'Shea, Jock Watt.
It's fixed in the chat room as well. Someone asked a quick question about Alan Norris. Yep, he's done enough, guys. Don't worry about that. Alan Norris is completely safe.
He finished on 6 points comfortably, say 14th on the order of merit. Would be great to see Chuck back on tour.
Yeah, especially after what he's been through. Unbelievable scenes. But our first final of the day is underway. The other two are warming up, but the other finalist is going to have to, he could go back, have a cup of tea, roast dinner, then come back and play the final.
So look at Lewis Pride. Yeah, he's gonna be sat around for some time, isn't he?
Yeah. At least. Who else is it?
Yep, looks like everyone's Dark Connects is fixed in the chat room, which is great. A couple of people asking about Thornton and go on, mate.
Baker needs 76 to break back and level the game. He comes to the board for 76. Let's have a look. Oh, and he takes it out. 76 done. So he's lifted his average up to 80. Levels the game at 4-all. Now has the darts in hand for the next leg. Really interesting, this one. Very tight.
Yep, in the chat room it's been answered. Yep, Robert Thornton and Jan Decker both enter tomorrow. It's all getting close. So, in the chat room, who's joining us tomorrow for an absolute full day, potential 6-7 hours of us talking and waffling absolute tripe about what's going on in Q School. As Martin Turner takes the first leg against Jared Cole. Danny Baggish underway against Reese Coley. Jock Watt, Liam Gallagher warming up.
Baker starts this leg well, throws 100, then a 140. He's looking like he wants this.
Tell you what, boys, we just spoke about a long wait, and we said Lewis Pride's got a long wait. He's got the winner of this. John O'Shea's then got the winner of that in the last day. He's potentially got to wait for the end of this, plus Lewis Pride versus the winner of this, before he gets to play his final match.
Just out of interest, guys, where do you stand on this? I know it's not fair on one or one fair on all, but do you think that the final should all start together?
Possibly. I don't think it matters that much. I think there's no point making other people wait around. I just don't see how a board can fall this far behind. To be 2.5 rounds behind is ridiculous.
Oh. Michael Baker absolutely flying through this. He's done a ton, 140, a ton, and another ton, leaving himself 61. Really, really upped his game. Comes back for 61.
Exactly. Don Messer 68 in the chat room. Imagine being Sean Fisher right now. Exactly.
Yeah.
He is currently clinging on to the last spot. A win here for Michael Baker would not put Sean Fisher out yet. Okay, because they would still be on leg difference. Michael Baker would still have to play. False. A win here for Michael Baker would. He's already on 3 points. Correction, because I thought he was still back on 2. A win here for Baker puts Fisher out.
Oh, Baker takes out the 61.
Michael Baker is 1 leg away from sneaking into stage 2 of Q School, and Sean Fisher will be going home after he lost 6-4 in the last round, dropping his leg difference by 2, meaning Justin Hood will cling on after losing earlier on in the day. The next potentially 1 or 2 legs in this match are absolutely massive for the future of 2 men as potentially PDC dart players this year. Justin Hood falling in the last 64 to Lewis Pride, who interestingly awaits the winner of this match.
Yeah, gonna jump into the chat room. A lot of Irish love in there today for John O'Shea and Liam Gallagher. Juanita says we need to start a global online team. Don't disagree there. It's getting that way from all of you. We've had Australia, Turkey, America, you name it. Was it Armenia, something like that? You name it. We've seen it in the chat room. You guys have been absolute troopers for the first stage of Q School. But remember, we've got 4 days of stage 2 to get through yet as well. As Danny Baggish leads 1-0. Jared Cole's turned it around on board 3 to lead 2-1. And Jock Watt takes the first one against Liam Gallagher. We have Team O'Shea in the chat room. Welcome along, Team O'Shea. Thank you for joining us.
Is that like a hybrid between Timo Werner and John O'Shea? I wonder if he can score really well. Wait.
But can't take a penalty.
We're out of Oasis lines now. We're out of Oasis lines now. I'm just dropping the worst puns you can possibly imagine. Big couple of moments coming up in the. What's done there?
Throws 27. What a stinker.
195 and he only scores 27, doesn't leave a finish, and Lee Evans makes him pay. He was on 133 and he's just left 40. Baker cannot finish this leg. Looks like we're about to go to a decider. Baker will have the darts, but after that, how's your nerve? Sean Fisher, how is your nerve? How are you doing? I bet he's pacing around Milton Keynes at the minute, itching away. I bet he's stood behind trying to watch this game, wondering. His future is not in his hands at the minute. If the bar was open, I suspect that's 5-5. If Lee Evans gets over the line here, I think Sean Fisher will be straight to the bar to buy the man a drink and say thank you, because that will put Sean Fisher into stage 2. 1 leg, straight shootout. Michael Baker with the darts. If he beats Lee Evans, Sean Fisher is out.
Board 1 going into Noble time. And I was about to say, God, before you jump there, I was going to say, some might say we could find some more Oasis lines.
That was all part of my master plan, mate.
Hey!
Hey!
Someone said, Daniel says in the chat room, Phil, can you sing? Yeah, I can sing. Not very well, but I can.
Yeah, everybody can sing. You just have to say words to a melody. It's just whether or not it's in tune.
So this final leg doesn't start the way Michael Baker wants it. Michael Baker with the darts throws a 60. Lee Evans comes and follows his 60 with a 140. So this is going to be tense.
Yeah.
100 in response for Michael Baker. Not enough. You still think Lee Evans has pinched the darts in this final leg. However, that 100 keeps Baker within touching distance. 74 from Lee Evans. He had edges 74 points in front. That's not 70, is it? It's 54. I'm a referee, boys. That's shocking. 54 points lead for Lee Evans against the darts.
This is tight. Whilst that's going on, Jared Cole level in his final 2-all with Martin Turner. Liam Gallagher level with Jock Watt, and Danny Baggish lead 2-1 on the roundup of the boards. But all eyes on this last 32 match into the noble leg gob, and what's going down?
Lee Evans is just fine in a 180. That is absolutely massive. Baker has gone 60 ton. He finds himself on 2-4-1. He is 134 points behind on his throw. That 180 there from Lee Evans, absolutely massive. Baker, we can't see what he's done as yet, but needs to at least leave a finish. A ton gets him on 141 on a finish. Doesn't pressure it massively, though. You'd expect maybe Lee Evans to have 6 darts from 107, unless Baker pulls something out here. 107 for Lee Evans to save Sean Fisher. 75 scored, leaves 32. Michael Baker, if you were ever going to pull off a 141, mate, you could be a Pro Tour card holder for the rest of your life and hit multiple 9 darters. This is the most important 141 of your life so far.
The suspense.
Oh,
Just a 60. Just a 60s on 81. Lee Evans has 3 darts in hand at double 16. The target he hit in the last leg to force this decider to put Michael Baker out of stage 2 Q school. Scored 16. Baker is still alive. He's coming back for 81. He needs at least, well, you'd expect him to at least get a dart at the bullseye here. Either treble 19 for double 12 or treble 15 for double 18. At worst case, a single 12 or 16 will set him up at darts at the bullseye. How is your nerve, Michael Baker?
oh.
He's missed the
He's
ball.
missed the ball.
He's left 25. He has missed the bullseye. Lee Evans coming back 3 darts in hand at double 8 this time. This would be absolutely heartbreaking for Michael Baker if this goes, but it would be absolute elation for Sean Fisher.
Surely. There you go.
And it's gone in 2 darts. Michael Baker falls, misses, we believe, a match dart that would have seen him into stage 2. He falls at the absolute last moment, and Sean Fisher survives. Wow.
What a climax to that game. Oh,
I would cut the tension with a knife, and we're not even in the room. Massive. That rounds up the field for both stage 2 in the EU and the UK. I'm not going to read all 128 names out for both because we'll be here forever. There's still games underway, though. We've got 3 last 8 games going on at the minute in the UK. This is for the right to go through as a day winner. Doesn't mean much because all these boys are through on the order of merit anyway. But as we keep saying, when it is a habit, this will give them loads of confidence going in. Danny Baggish pulling it out on the final day. He is 3-1 up against Englishman Reece Coley. Jock Watt is 2-1 down to Liam Gallagher, and Jared Cole narrowly missed out last year. Absolutely gutting for him at Q School. Bags of talent, won a challenge tour, is 4-3 up on Martin Turner.
Going to jump
the game
into
we've
the chat
just
room now.
seen.
Go on.
Sorry, Baz. I was just going to say the game we've just seen, Lee Evans, Martin Baker. Evans will now play Lewis Pride in the last 16 before the winner of that takes on John O'Shea. This board is massively behind. There's still 2 games to go before we decide who wins outright on this quarter of the draw. Bazi, I'll let you jump into the chat room, see what everyone else is saying about the goings on.
Well, chat room's going off at that end of that game. Warren asks, do you think the guys who advanced to stage 2 and had to play all 3 days will be fatigued going straight into stage 2?
know. Possibly, I think it depends on the player and the age. The likes of Jared Cole, young enough, plays darts pretty much all day, every day. I don't think it will affect him that much. The likes of John O'Shea, who's now sat around waiting, is, without being disrespectful, he's not a spring chicken. At that end of the spectrum of the age line, it might get to him a little bit more. It completely depends on the player and how you do it. I know of professionals that will spend 6 hours a day on their board. I know professionals that will pick up their darts for 20 minutes a day just so that the action stays there. So it all depends how they're reacting to the bubble life, which is something that none of these people will be used to either. We're getting asked that question a lot, but it massively depends on each player's personal preference.
Yeah, Jamie in the chat room. Yes, Joao is through. There's Andrew. 7 days straight is a tough ask. Yeah, of course it is. But if you want to be a pro, that's what you've got to do.
Potentially
Andrew,
7
cheap
days
brand
as well.
bars
That is.
in MK, they are closed. The bars might be closed, but Tesco's across the road. Sorry, Asda across the road is certainly open.
Pretty sure Uber Eats deliver now as well, don't they?
Yeah. 2 of the finals players are on the brink. Danny Baggish, 5-1. Jared Cole, 5-3. Gentlemen, take your pick to call. Which one's you going to call us in?
I've got Baggish on the screen. He's flying as well. He started this. So Colley's got the darts, but Baggish has started with a ton, and then he's hit a max. He's hit a ton, then a 180. He's just hit a nut, and now he's hit a 130. To Baggish flying ahead. Coley back on 247, but then hits a max as well. He hits his own 180. Max is on either side. Danny Baggish comes for 91.
God, as Jared Cole looking, is this going to be the last leg against Martin Turner?
I was literally about to say yes. Jared looking very comfortable in the leg, 217 after 9 darts. We went 129, 95, 60. Turner had opened the leg with a 45 and a 40, and then fires in a 180 out of nowhere to put himself on 236. Jared has just left himself on 117. Both the pair trade visits of a ton. Jared with the darts, the easier finish of the 117, can wrap it up here. Just a 57 leaves 60. Turner on 136.
Gonna go to Dan.
Baggish takes the 91 out in 3 darts, wins 6-1. He was down to 91 after 9 darts, flew through that last leg. A really, really good performance from him. He's finished really well there. It takes the game 6-1.
Bob, that reaction, what's gone on?
Martin Turner, I think, has just missed the 88 for the 136. He scored 120 and left 16, and Jared has stepped up and brutally pinged the 60 in 2 darts. Martin Turner, within possibly millimetres, we don't know, we can't see the actual darts going in, has just lost 6-3. He's qualified anyway, but that would have been a massive opportunity there at 5-4 instead of 6-3 to potentially go through as an outright winner on the day. Congratulations to Jared, one of the players that is wearing the Online Darts logo for us down in Milton Keynes. He progresses through as a day winner. Great talent, as we've already said.
Oh, so last 16 game just warming up. One of the other finals, Liam Gallagher 3-2 up on Jock Watt. I'm going to have a look at that. Let Gob and Dan catch their breath. And Liam Gallagher now has daylight, a hold of throw, leads 4-2. So, in a matter of minutes, what could be crying his heart out?
Whey!
What started well on throw here, 96 ton So you'd expect to go 4-3. And if you're Jock Watt, that you've just got to push Gallagher to the end, because we know there's a tendency to miss doubles when the pressure is on. And AJ, back in the chat room. Congratulations on making stage 2, mate. As Jock Watt tees up a ton to leave 150. Gallagher on 246. So need 2 trebles. Oh, and he finds a maximum. It's better. Liam Gallagher leaves 66. Jock Watt 150. Can't take it out. So Liam Gallagher wants 66 points for a double break of throw to take him to the brink of victory. There we have it. Perfection from Liam Gallagher. 180.66. Done and dusted to leave 5-2. Now just wants one more to beat Jock Watt. AJ made a meal out of it. Doesn't matter, mate, how you get there. The important thing is you've got 4 days now to win your tour card. And Liam Gallagher, not a strong start on throw, only scores 56. Andrew says Liam's sliding away.
Good work. Lovely work.
We're loving the Oasis work. Loving it.
So that long wait's done Lewis Pride, no harm at all. Starts opening throw with a max, opens with a 180, but then Evans pegs him back, takes the first leg.
I was going to say, Dan, everyone asking what the story is, but it's not going to be any morning glory, that's for sure.
Yeah, not now.
Again, Gallagher getting jittery. 56, 125, 55, 43. There's a chance here for Jock Watt to get himself back into this game. Ton to leave 161. Gallagher 222. Yes, even AJ is getting involved in it. Liam's having a day in the sunshine. 98 to leave 124. Close this one. Gallagher first opportunity 124 to seal the deal. Oh, absolutely brilliant. 124 from Liam Gallagher. And it is a champagne supernova for the Irish Star. Wins outright his place in stage 2 today. Congratulations to Liam and the band. All eyes now on the remaining games. Lee Evans against Lewis Pride, the winner, to take on John O'Shea. I know you've been having an eye on that one, Dan. How's it been looking?
It's got off to a canny start, to be honest. There's so Evans is he's thrown another. We've seen another 180. Evans had a go for 83, couldn't take it out. Takes 60, leaving 20. Pride has now come to try and level the match up. He's got 60, and he have 3 darts to take 60 out. Let's see what he can do. Oh, and he can't do that either. Evans comes back for 20. And he takes it. So that's 2-0 to Lee Evans. Obviously, he had a really short break between his games. Only had a couple of minutes turn round, but he seems to have hit a bit of a pattern. He's got off to a flying start. Evans averaging 97, Pride 96, so a really good standard. Evans kicks off the third leg with a 1-2-5. Really good match so far, this.
It's all getting tight. It's all getting close. 3 of the 4 decided today. Congratulations to Liam Gallagher, 6-2 win over Jock Watt. Jared Cole, a 6-3 victory over Martin Turner. And the gambler, Danny Baggish, rolled the dice on the final day. And he came up trumps 6-1 over Reese Coley. Congratulations, you 3. Still 1 spot or 1 prize to win. And Lee Evans in a commanding position, Daylight, as the winner to take on the Joker. Just about got our breath back, gentlemen.
Been a bit chaotic, hasn't it?
My toilet's miles away.
To be fair,
Evans gets down.
Go on, I'm going to do some jiggery pokery and get the score up on screen.
Evans gets down to 1-3-5. Pride back on 2-2-4. He does look to be pulling ahead, Evans. He looks pretty steady. Average is staying well, so looks good.
That's rubbish. 2 seconds. I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, wrong one. Ignore me, guys. Just carry on. I'm just going to do some
Evans
work
is going to get
on.
Oh, he couldn't take out 73. He did it 33. So Pride is on 1-6-4, but Evans sat on waiting for double tops. So he's, as I said, so Pride can only score 51, leaving himself on 1-1-3. Evans comes back for double tops. He's going to try and chuck. He's going to have 3 darts to take 40 out. Which he buffed double top. Remarkable. Pride looking for 1-1-3 then. To try and break and make a bit of a game of it. Takes 73, leaves himself double top. Evans comes back again for another go at double tops. And this time he takes it out for a start. Lee Evans goes 3-0 up. So we might be progressing faster than we had thought on this. This board's starting to catch up. Pride can't get going. Starts opens with a 60. Oh, 180 from Evans. Flying here. Pride
There we have it
all the
on
way back
screen now.
3. There you go. Pride, you can see the scores there. Pride cannot get going in this match.
Let's get the chat room, Jeff. Not a problem at all, mate. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow for day 1 of stage number 2. And again, Lee Evans looking to make it 4-zip. in the chat room. Who do we think wins the final place?
The Raven Effect says, what's happened to Lewis Pride here? Well, he's been sat around for about half an hour while we waited for the outcome of the last round. John O'Shea probably going to do something similar in a minute. This board is massively behind from one half of it. Pride won his game a fair while ago now, and John O'Shea, the same, awaits the winner of this in the last 8. So I presume he's just gone a bit cold. Obviously, his job done already. He has already qualified via the Order of Merit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang, 4-0. Steady away, this, isn't it?
Oh, messing around from Lee Evans. Just an 84 average, not his best of the day, I don't think, but it's steady enough at the minute. Not a lot coming back at him from Lewis Pride. Like we said, he's been sat around for a while.
Oh,
Going to jump into the chat. Going to jump into the chat room here, guys. Going to make. Tony says, "Can we shout out his son Danny before I go, please?" Of course, mate. All the way in Turkey. Tony and Danny, his little boy. Hope you're really enjoying our coverage here at Online Darts. It's great to have you along for the journey at Q School. To both of you, thanks for joining us. As always.
Top name as well, Tony. Well done on picking superb names for your kids.
Again, loads of love in the chat room. Tommy says, look, Lauby getting no points is a massive shock. Yeah, I think if you just look at it on paper, it is, but he was slightly unfortunate. Without looking too deep, if my memory serves me right, the first 2 days, he's averaged low to mid-90s and not one, which against probably over half the field, you'd walk games with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty right.
So again,
he joins a long list of big names to have missed out. We have quite a big list in 1A coming from the UK, the likes of Daryl Fitton, Lorraine and Dean Winstanley all missing out. We've had Colin Osborne not make it through to stage 2. Stephen Burton and Diego Portela both missing out. Justin Smith isn't there in stage 2. Who else have we got? Just keep scrolling.
Oh, what a checkout. 114 taken out for 5-0. Pride was down, I think he was, I missed, was he on 66, 64 there? Pride looked like he was going to get one back and break there, but absolutely superb again from Lee Evans. And again, really cool shot.
Shout out to Aaron in the chat room. Enjoyed the stream the last few days. Thanks very much, mate. We're here for another 4. So come and join us and spread the word.
It's not going very well for Lewis Pride. I mean, job's done, so he probably would have been better off just popping back to his hotel room and being done with it. Won't enjoy this performance at all, but hopefully he can put it behind him before he returns tomorrow.
Yeah, I think there is a lot to be said for finishing the day on a high, isn't there? When your backs are quick, I think there's some of these players that we know they've qualified already, but winning through and having a really good day today. I think sometimes it is just timing, isn't it, with some of them, and having a really good day today and getting straight into it could be on a bit more of a head of steam than those that qualified a few days ago.
Yeah, 100%.
It'll be interesting to see. Pride's first game tomorrow, and see what effect, if any, this has on that?
Yeah.
A couple of people in the comments. Let's have a look. Double bluff playing cards. Did you say Alan Norris is safe? Yeah, comfortably on the order of merit. I think he picked up 6 points over the 3 days. So he is in stage 2. Sam Tizzle, my absolute hero, Tiz. Just finished the day job. Fair play, Baggish with the pressure on. Mate, he was superb today. Absolutely smashed it. Got himself it secured a couple of rounds before going on to win the day, but we said he wins the day, sets himself up nicely for stage 2, really showing that bit of character that we know about him so far. What time does play start tomorrow? We think it's is it 2 o'clock tomorrow? It gives those a little bit longer to get tested and get set up in the UK.
UK 2, Niedernhausen, normal time, 12 their time, 11 our time. So we will be on air from 11 a.m. covering Niedernhausen as it unfolds, giving it the full attention.
Just clicking back to the live darts, Evans comes for double tops for the match. Straight in. Took him 3 goals, like.
We have a bagel.
We have a bagel at this stage. And again, I'm literally going to put that down to the amount of time Lewis has been sat around waiting. He's putting some very good performances today. That's not really representative of the way he's played. But again, irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. He has progressed into stage 2. He can go away, reset for the evening, and get himself ready to attack tomorrow when it really, really matters. A couple more questions while we wait now for O'Shea and Lee Evans. They've got to give Evans some sort of break here. The man's been playing darts what seems like an eternity. From tomorrow, is it points awarded from the 128 onwards? No, it's from the 64 onwards, because as of day 2, Monday, obviously there is only 127 players left in the field. At least one player will get a bye, because obviously the winner of each day picks up their card automatically and doesn't play a part anymore in the rest of the draw. So from the 64 tomorrow in both Q schools, that is where they start picking up points. Norris and Baggish on stage 2. What a great day. Completely agree. 2 players that would make very, very interesting additions to the tour should they go back and pick up their cards.
Warming up already, these guys.
There it is, Barzy. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
See, now this is where the system's a little bit tricky. All somebody has to do is tap the fixture on the iPad and leave it at the pull off screen, and it will show that they're warming up. Lee Evans might not be anywhere near that board right now. They're not throwing practice darts necessarily. All that means is somebody's clicked on the round within the tournament bracket and opened the screen where they decide who throws first, the pull off screen by the tapping each player. So that's all that warming up means. It doesn't mean that they're doing press ups or star jumps or hyping themselves up anything massively. That just means that an official of some sort is probably right on that, keen to get the game going, but giving Evans a little bit of a breather. I mean,
so
Barzy, we're going to have to come on to it at some point.
Evans, if you're Lee Evans now, if you're Lee Evans now coming off that 6-0 win, absolutely flying, how quick do you want to start throwing darts against John O'Shea? Are you gonna? Do you think he's going to want a little break, or do you think he's going to want to take a breather, or do you think after a 6-0 he's just going to want to keep chucking darts?
A bit both, really. He's just played back to back, so at this point, probably at least needs the bathroom. I'd just take a couple of minutes, go to the toilet, have a swig of water. They'll have water bottles with them, bottled water. They're allowed that beyond the hockey, beyond the railings that are on the hockey. So I'd take that, just compose myself. If there is anybody nearby that's there supporting him, if there's any friends that are at Q School as well, just have a little chat with them, just to reset and go on, mate, one more. You're already there, no pressure and that sort of thing. Just go and do what you can. I wouldn't take too long. That break, we've seen it on TV darts when there is an ad break and the players don't necessarily pick up their darts backstage, in that be a bit cold to start with and you don't want to let John O'Shea get too far ahead. So not massively. I think if this was a bit more of an important game, I'd take a little bit longer. If the bar was open, I'd definitely take a little bit longer. But that's not. So, yeah, might as well just quick bathroom break, dust himself off, maybe a fresh air break, and then go from there.
Yeah, a couple more in the chat room. Are you guys going to do prediction video? Might not have a chance to turn it around, but we've got a pod. We're going to record the review pod for Stage 1B later this evening, which we will definitely give some predictions who we think will come through that. And tomorrow, early doors, we might, if we can, we'll speak. We might come on 5 minutes earlier and just give a little bit of a prediction. Tiers is going to watch as it all unfolds tomorrow evening. Top lad, as always, mate. And we'll see you back on Tuesday on the show. The Raven Effect. Do we rate Baggish's chances of winning a tour card over the next 4 days? Look, you can't not. I think he's got an absolute... Christ, they're underway. But no, they haven't messed around here, boys.
Underway yet.
Off we go.
We've got a while, though, so we can keep asking a couple of questions in the chat room as this one unfolds. It's just the one game to watch. So I'm with you. You can't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket. Baggish has got there now. We've seen what he can do at the World Championships. We've seen what he does when his back's up against the wall. He's in with a great chance now. If he's not in Stage 2, he's not in with a chance. Everybody in Stage 2 has got a good chance. But I think Baggish's ceiling is perhaps higher than a few others in there. Will it be just one outright winner per day in the final stage? Yes. The winner of the final will pick up their card automatically. You'd suspect, in most cases, the runner-up on each day will probably progress via the order of merit and pick up a card, but they'd still need a win or two on the other days. That wouldn't absolutely guarantee them a card on points. Be a bit gutting if you made a final and didn't get your tour card though, but I suppose that is sport. We can't go handing out freebies to everybody. Yeah, it used to be the two winners from each day, the finalists from each day in the UK, but they have changed. I know it's just the winners on each day outright. That was a change brought in this year.
Yeah. Again, in the chat room, where's this final going? Does the Joker get over the line, or does Lee Evans cause a little bit of an upset?
Neither of them setting the world alight in his first leg, are they?
No. But it is John O'Shea who takes the opener. Dan asks in the chat how many cards in total available across both Q schools, UK and European. 29 cards are available in the next 4 days. Oh, TK Shots, good question. I like this one. How many points do you think you'll need to get a card?
So only pick up points from the 64. Potential 7 on offer each day. I think 11.
I think the 10 or 11 mark is going to be the bench.
4 last 16s would be 12 points, I think. You're not going to do that every day. You think players are going to get in a final already on 7, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. They're already on 6, sorry. Yeah, I think 11 is the mark.
I'm sure, Lendl, if you are in the chat room, can you give us your FDI prediction on what will get you a tour card as well? Because he's been spot on with his marks so far today. So if Lendl is there, I'm sure he will enlighten us as well. If he hasn't already worked it out, I'm sure he will be shortly. But back to this, Evans. Go on, Dan, call this one in.
There we go. 1-1. Much better leg that as well. Both of them going over Evans over a ton 3 times there. Averages have lifted a bit. Let's hope that continues, and let's see if we can get some excitement out of this last game.
I also, because of the number of cards available, think that the EU Q School Order of Merit will require more points. I think you will need 12 or 13 over there.
In complete contrast to how it's worked in the last few days in EU, isn't it?
Yeah. Dan in the chat room says, did Carl Anderson handling his card add an extra spot? No, mate. His place went to Martin Kuyvenhoven.
No, Mike Kuyvenhoven, yeah. He was 66
Mike
on
Kuyvenhoven.
merit, so...
Yeah, Kuyvenhoven had Carl Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Again, John O'Shea in control on throw here. 140 to leave 160 after 12. Is going to get time at this as Lee Evans only on 241. I think John O'Shea might wait. I'm done with the first time. Potentially, he's just missed a dart at the 160.
Yeah, he's going to get plenty of chances though, isn't he? Well, maybe not.
Yeah. Coming back for double 10 and 2-1 lead. He's bust. What's the odds? He slipped into the double 15. Let's say this would be a huge moment. But O'Shea let off and doesn't need a second opportunity. 2-1, John O'Shea. So, guys, in the chat room as well, whilst this one's still in the early stages, who do you guys think are going to win their cards from both stages? One from Europe, who I think will as well, is Martin Schindler.
Looked like he was finding some form back end of last year, did Shindy? After a change of his
Yes,
throw, a change of very much I agree with as well.
Yeah, for those that don't, again, that's what I'm going off. I saw enough. It used to be quite high on his forehead drop, didn't it? Up there, where he's brought it more down to eye level, so it's not coming from as high when you're losing it in your sight.
Yeah, so it used to be up there, and it's now a lot more eye level. I think it'd be much easier for him to stay more consistent. Yes, people point out that I've miscounted for the final stage. You can only score 5 points a day, not 6. I was counting a point if you lost in the final. Not a thing. Don't know if that changes the number of points required. I might go 10 actually. I'm going to go 10 points. I think should be enough to get you a card in the UK and 11 in Europe.
So O'Shea's going to get 6 darts from 112 to break. Leaves himself really handy. He's going to come back with 3 darts at least at double 16.
I'll tell you, Richard Ford's nicked my line as well in the the chat room, if there is a God up there, then Richie Burnett wins one of those tour cards. 2 years of Richie Burnett on tour? Yes, please.
Watch your ankles, lads.
Oh,
He'll
there we
probably
go.
kick it while he's throwing.
And to be fair, and you'd probably be out of the exclusion zone as well, and he'd still get you with the scorpion kick.
100%.
Oh, what leg?
Warren says Jason Askew. Look, Jason Askew's got a huge chance. Absolute power scorer when he's on.
What a leg.
Proper darts now, boys.
Here we go. Oh, he spoilt it there. You know, big score here. Really looks like O'Shea's going to... Oh, there we go. It looks like he's going to pull away here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's looking one-way traffic at the moment as the Joker is in full control.
Oh, he's flying. Absolutely flying. This is one-way traffic at the minute.
Yeah, big gap
O'Shea
in the
clearly not
averages.
suffering the same fate as Lewis Pride, sat waiting for this one for quite a while, but it's not affected him at all. Steady 87 average from the Joker. Like I said, these boys are both already into the final stage. They're in stage 2. They will be back tomorrow. It's just a matter of who picks it up as the automatic winner on the day. No prize money or anything involved. This is effectively a game for Pride and to finish the tournament off. But as we keep saying, we've read this, winning becomes a habit. It builds your confidence, you breed it, you feel a little bit invincible. And Danny Baggish was secure 2.5 rounds before he actually won today. And if he'd lost that leg, he would have stayed in stage 2. But he's in a much, much better position now, in my opinion, for winning the day and the confidence that's given him than he would have been if he'd lost that leg, that match where he only needed a leg to qualify.
100% with you there. But 26 boy asked in the chat room, have we got any more interviews coming up? Don't know about that. Plenty more in the pipeline here at Online Darts. Q School, the main focus over the next few days, but after that, there will be plenty. Don't worry. And again, 1, 2, 4 for John O'Shea. Not the best of setup. So Evans, this probably needs to go, Dan.
Yeah, I think so. You wouldn't want to leave it. We want to leave it for O'Shea to come back for 80. Not the way he's played the last few. And he's going to get a go at it. So he comes for 80 to really put a. There's going to be a big gap that if he breaks again. Hard to see him fighting back from that, Evans. Oh, good. He's going to come for 82, Evans. Can he make a match out of it? He can't. So O'Shea gets 3 at double tops to take a 5-1 lead and then have the darts to close it out. And he can't do that either. It's all gone a bit, hasn't it?
It's all gone a bit Pete Tong.
It's gone a bit funny.
It's not Oasis record.
That's on Dave Pearce's Darts Anthems. I'm going to show my age again.
Going back.
In fact, I definitely think the Online Darts podcast at B3 would be quite good.
One of the boys must be able to put together a Spotify playlist for us. We're all sat watching.
Correct, Andy, in the chat room. Yes, mate, 100%. That's how it works. Tomorrow is the business end when dreams can be made or shattered. John O'Shea just gone off the boil here a little bit.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to just serve he looked like really poised just to serve the match out and take that last one, and he has. It's just the only strange thing is it seems that Lee Evans has matched perfectly the timing to go off the boil as well, hitting a 43 and a 40 opening. It's all got a bit lackluster, hasn't it?
Yeah, and Laura O'Shea in the chat room, White Line Fever. His son is roaring at the Joker at home. Love things like that. That's the side of it that we don't see. The emotion the family goes through at home, that they can't see the darts. All they can see is what we're seeing on screen now, is numbers on a screen. But his son cheering his dad on here to get the job done.
Huge 180 for Lee Evans. Tell you what, boys, we could be heading for a level game here. That 180 from Evans effectively does pinch the darts in this leg. 6 darts from 142 against the O'Shea throw, and then Evans is throwing to level it up.
Cool. Would have wanted to do better than that, though.
Invites the pressure now. 131 would be absolutely perfect. Multiple ways of setting that one up as well. Just a 57. Looks like he's gone chasing around the board a bit.
He's got to take this.
Big moments here. Big moments here. Oh, he's missed the dart at 114.
Yeah, he's had it then, hasn't he? He's had a go at the double. He's got there.
Yeah, he's had a dart at tops.
Oh, tight now. Very tight.
Pinches it. Evans now got the throw.
In the chat room, someone's put maybe Richie Bennett will sneak a camera in tomorrow and live stream. If you've ever met Richie Bennett, I'd be surprised if he could use a camera phone. He's not the most tech savvy, is Richie.
The old school. No school like the old school.
Absolute diamond, but when it comes to tech savvy, he's not the man. And again, has the finishing line got to John O'Shea and Lee Evans? What time for a maximum?
You all right, God? When you said it looked like we were heading for a level game. At least six darts from 164 for Lee Evans.
Love to see this go as well. Just a big.
Does this game even matter? Not two, they are both through, but in terms of confidence, what players can take from winning games is huge. So psychologically, yes, I think it's an absolute important game.
Oh, yeah, there's other elements as well. Like, Lee Evans, as we've seen, has absolutely bossed the last game, goes in, really confident. But he'll gain something else as well if he can come from behind here. Because for a period of time, this match looked like it was going to get away from him, and he's done really well to pull it back and level it out.
Completely. Interestingly, Evans is either guaranteed to go through as a winner or as the number 1 on the order of merit. Either way, I think that is massive confidence boost for the man. Just shows a sheer level of consistency. He's already guaranteed to be on 10 points on the order of merit over these days. Really, really good performance, that.
Love this. I remember these days as well. Calvo36 in the chat room. Phil, we used to score Super League on paper. Yes, red and black pens. We've all been there.
Nice, a good leg from O'Shea.
Lead boys, great show. Guys, not been able to listen to all of it. How many times has Dan mentioned Dozer this afternoon?
I'll tell you how many. In fact, I'm now the only one on the team that hasn't mentioned him this afternoon.
Someone even asked Dan where he was from, and he managed to say he's 4 miles away from Middlesbrough and didn't mention Durham. I was convinced it was happening at that moment. Can practically see the shine from Durham's living room from where Dan lives.
He can't. There's a restraining order. Can't go within 3.5 miles, the order says.
I'm worried about the light see on my baldy head, because if I hit the light the wrong way, everyone will see the reflection of all the Dozer memorabilia on the Doz wall opposite.
1-3-5 Evans for a break of throw. O'Shea has missed the dart to go 5-4 in front. This would be like an absolute Anthony Joshua body punch.
Oh,
doesn't get anywhere near it. So O'Shea to stop the charge.
See what the averages are getting tighter and he's lost.
Done it again. Big moments here. I'd hate to be in this O'Shea household right now. Tension and drama at its highest.
I think we're going all the way here.
Are we getting a no ball leg to finish? We haven't mentioned that a lot today, I must add. The boys, over the last couple of days, smashing job, have created a no ball leg and a bagel. That was a massive obsession for the last 2 days while I'm watching. We haven't really picked up on that today. I don't think there has been.
To be fair,
a lot of 6-0.
There hasn't been that many.
I've seen.
Compared to the last 2 days, it was either a bagel or a noble. There was nothing in between.
Yeah.
I'm just
saying,
George hasn't been in the chat room today.
No, he's building a shed today. I spoke to him this morning. Amanda's got him out.
Completely George Noble's fault. It's completely George Noble's fault. The absence of Noble legs.
I think it's just too professional, a slightly higher level of punditry. Like, we haven't had to rely on cliches and things like that, have we, today? We've been able to.
Speak for yourself.
I was.
This one looking set to go 5-all. Lee Evans.
Free John for the final game. One Noble. Looks like you're going to get one as well, Lee. Evans has left 76. The maximum here from O'Shea would level it and put the pressure on a 140 at least. Doesn't get it. Just a 36. 6 darts minimum for Lee Evans to hit 76 and force a deciding leg. Just 36, but he will be back.
What a line. Richie Burnett should get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Love that. There
we have it. We are going to the Nobel.
O'Shea with the dart. Averages tight, 1 point difference in the average, really level game.
It is, and the chat room erupts. The Noble, here comes the Noble. We're going to the Noble. When you know, you know. Anyone in our chat room knows.
Oh, I said it was tight. Look at that. Really missing the same. Hey.
Again.
Cover shooting at its highest.
Oh,
here.
Go
They
on,
must
four,
have been running for the 19s.
Can't state just how good that is as well, by the way. 5 each at the end of the day. 96 is a single 20 and a treble 19 and a single 19. So the first start, bad. To have the presence of mind to back themselves to make that switch in that moment under this pressure. And a lot of players that would just try and force the 20 and really try and hammer that out because they need that score. But that's really, really good from those two. To be able to go 99, so again, another switch. And a 139, another switch from Evans. Good counting as well, that. Very, very
and
good
the break
start so
is on.
far from Lee Evans.
Potential
It's
break of
tight.
throw. Evans has stolen the darts from the Joker.
He's nipped the darts, hasn't he?
This is all. If he can't take this, is all about the setup. Can he leave a 1 or 2 darter? That's clever. I like that.
2 darter.
Exactly. Now, 151 needs to go. You feel?
How's your nerve, Wild Master?
Oh.
131. Oh, he's missed ups.
Oh, he's gone close,
Oh,
hasn't he?
wow. What an end
He's
of
had a
game
match
this
start.
is.
What an ending. John O'Shea
65
misses
to
a match
Evans.
start.
Oh, he's got
He's
it.
got
And
what
takes
a
that.
game.
Gentlemen,
What
What
a game to
game.
finish that.
that is what a way to end stage 1B, ladies and gentlemen. John O'Shea misses a match start for a 151. Lee Evans 65 in 3. Both of them will be in stage 2. But what a way to end the day. Absolute darting drama, both showing nerves of steel, bottle galore. Oh, gentlemen, where do we start on this?
That was lovely, wasn't it, that?
I mean,
What a
I
lovely ending.
wish there was more significance to the game. They had both already qualified, but
Yeah.
it was drama nonetheless. What a way for Evans to win the match and qualify as a day winner. Just to be able to walk around the venue and go in, do you know what? I've already done this once. I've beaten the field to qualify. That's massive. And all right, you'd have to win 2 more games at this stage tomorrow against players throughout the field that are of a higher standard than you've done today. But to have won a tournament, which is effectively what he's done, a quarter of the board plays out as a tournament, that's a massive, massive thing for the player's confidence. In the way that he's done it, he's been behind in matches, he's led from the front in matches. He's just been very, very solid all day, and it sets him up really nicely for the last 4 days.
Yeah, and from the
Absolutely.
O'Shea household, official confirmation, the nerves are shot. This is what dart players put their family through at home, ladies and gentlemen. Our enjoyment, but also absolute shot away. Again, just so many comments in the chat room. What an afternoon. It's been great. Thanks very much, everyone. Again, they're all loving it. I'm glad you are, because it was a great day of darts, and that sets us up unbelievably into stage 2, gents. Going to start with you, Dan. Highlight of the day?
I'm going to say the performance, the performance from Danny Baggish up against it. Like, a lot of pressure on him this morning. I think once he got into the swing of things, and he did cruise through the day. But I think when he got out of bed this morning, there was a lot of pressure on him. I think people really expected him to sort of set this alight a little bit, and obviously it hasn't happened so far. So yeah, I just think he's done really well. It's a top performance just to stick in and grind that out today.
For you, Gob, performance of the day or memory of the day?
I've been quite impressed with 2 players. I'm going to pick one from each Q School, if that's all right. I'm going to say really impressed with Jared Cole. After the heartbreak of last year, he spoke about it in an interview with us before Q School got underway, to make sure that he's in that final day, played really well, and won a section of the draw. That's solid from him. And Matt Campbell, all right, he didn't go on to win the day. He did lose in the final to Dragontin Horvat, but he's another who had a bit of pressure on his shoulders over at the EUQ School, has gained passage to stage 2, which is all this stage is about. It's getting to stage 2 where you can change your life. and he is now set up really nicely to really go and attack one of those tour cards. I think he would be a great addition to the tour. Good performances today, lots of match practice, in a really good position, I think. So they're my two for the day.
Yeah, Mace joining us in the chat room as well. Afternoon, buddy. Hope you are well. I'm pleased that obviously Alan Norris has come through. Liam Gallagher, great run today. I suppose that the big news for me, well, not disappointing, but when you look at it, I had high hopes for Justin Smith, Stephen Burton, Portela, all falling massively, massively short at the other end of the scale. We're talking about the huge highs at one end, but crushing now. How many Q schools has that in a row has Portela been to and now fallen short? It's a lot.
He didn't just miss out either, Phil. Like he was a way off, wasn't he? That was the thing. He wasn't. No, he wasn't edged out towards the end. He just didn't turn up. It was nowhere near.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, feel a little bit for Danny Lorby missing out a couple of good performances, but ultimately left himself too much to do. Well, everyone, literally can't thank you enough. The chat room has been off the scale again today, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Don't worry about that. 11 a.m. Q School Daily, when it is all... Yeah, it's fine. It's overrated. You can't go anywhere. We're on lockdown, so look, it is what it is. But we Mace, RVB, and Alan Suter standouts. Yeah, 100%. They were played some really, really good stuff. Completely agree, Mace. Like we were saying, we will be back 11 a.m. on the dot to start in Niedernhausen, and then UK Q School starts at 2. Gents, it's been emotional. It's been a pleasure here at Online Darts. We will be back tomorrow as always, and we will see you then. Thanks for joining us.